All right, this first one. So, welcome in, guys, on this glorious September 9th, Newsday edition. We got a good one in store. We're going to start off over in England, across the pond, a 12-hour lawnmower race. I got to get back into my bag and my rhythm.
That wouldn't look out of place in your back garden. Dozens of drivers lining up for the start of a prestigious contest. This is Le Mans, an annual 12-hour lawnmower race in Fair Oaks in England, known as the most affordable way to take part in a competitive motorsport. With entry at €70 and carts costing around about €1,000, these aren't normal lawnmowers.
Okay, so first off, this looks wicked. This is Mario Kart on steroids.
They've been transformed into high-octane racing machines, hitting speeds of 75 kilometers per hour. Racing from 7 at night to 7 in the morning, each team fielded 3 drivers who shared the effort across the course. Like other endurance racing events, pit stops were allowed for refueling and any repairs that needed, while the blades were removed for safety purposes.
We are all ex-automotive engineering students, so we're doing this as a bit of sort of extracurricular and put our learning into practice.
Bullseye Racing claimed their second victory after also winning in 2023.
It's annual. This is a tradition.
Crossing the finish line after completing 420 laps of the 1.4 kilometre course.
It's unbelievable, mate, really. There's so much time and effort and hard work and late nights and effort goes into just trying to make sure you solve every problem before it happens. And yeah, we've done it.
A brief history of the sport. Back in 1973, an Irishman called Jim Gavin came up with the idea of
1973
lawnmower racing while sitting in the pub bemoaning the commercialisation of motorsport with a group of friends. Lawnmower racing was a good way to reclaim the sport's values, decided Gavin, and 52 years later his dream lives on. Some might say this sport is a cut above the rest. Bernard O'Toole, Virgin Media Sport.
Next thing you've ever seen in your life.
This is an organ? I would have never guessed that.
This thing in 1925, and to be here 100 years later and to be a part of something that they thought would just be a show, it's absolutely incredible.
We're here at the Tillamook County Fair. It's the 100th anniversary for Pig and Forge.
We race around a dirt track, open wheel racing in an old Model T, and exchange pigs.
Old Model T.
A gun firing, a blank goes off.
Strangest 4 minutes in sports. The 100th year of the Tillamook's Pig and Forge. 100th year. The lawnmower one I thought was impressive, being on its 50-something year.
We all run to the pens. We grab our first pig. We go back to our cars. We start our cars. We go around the track. With
Are
our
you more
first pig.
Instagram reel than TikToker?
We
or are you
exchange
both?
our pig, and then we do another lap.
Oregon is
do
what's
3
blowing my
laps.
mind.
It's a crowd pleaser. Come Friday, Saturday, all the bleachers, grandstands, it's all full.
Hell yeah, dude. A century of Pig and Ford races. Bucket list now.
When the gun goes
I like how there's a... No. This might be the coolest part. How there is a Battle Royale Hunger Games-esque sprint to your whips first, where you got pork chop and all... Oh, dude, I love that.
I'd say at least a dozen things you're trying to multitask at once going around the track. So you're reading the track, you're reading your
Hope
spark,
they're okay with the
you're
pigs,
focusing
though,
on your
dude.
steer
Be
tire,
careful.
You're focusing on the pig.
You're probably going 50 miles per hour.
Your reels.
One of the most important things as
It's funny how the algo will be doing that. Like, especially once I started Newsday, it's like it's fed me more, and I have to sift through more. So one thing I do with these is I try not to watch them. Like I'll scroll through, and if it looks like wholesome. Now, if it's one of those things, like there was one time, it was a mama raccoon holding on for like dear life to her baby raccoon that was like dangling, and eventually I watched that one out to see if it ended up good, and it did, and so I showed it. But generally I try not to watch them, so they're like raw reactions with you guys.
has grown is the pig safety. You have to scoop up the pig in the proper manner, hold it in the proper manner. And honestly, you take care of that pig's going to take care of you.
My dad and I built the car when I was a little kid. My dad was...
That dude had a absolute chaw in, dude.
For quite a while, and then I got 16.
He's a retired racer. So there's nepotism, even in the pig and Ford races. I can't even. Ben is a racer and his dad was retired. What are we doing?
This is my 20th year racing.
It's my 8th year racing. I started the summer after I graduated high school. I grew up around the club. My grandfather was a club member.
Keep the legacy going, and hopefully, you know, someday my boys get old enough they can take my spot and keep it going. So you got your radiator. This is my crank. This is how I start it. This is my spark. So as I'm racing, this is how I advance my timing. I don't have a name for it, but hopefully it makes a name for me.
We continue to do it, you know, we all have it in our blood, we all love to do it, we all love to be around and help each other, and when we get on the track, it's serious, you know. We're all in it to win.
Okay, this next one is game preservation. Y'all know I talk about this a good bit, especially in regards to things like how Nintendo had a virtual console with the Wii U, but then they didn't do it with the Switch because they wanted to emulate even further the model that PlayStation has been doing, where they do these bundled definitive editions or whatever. So we've been on that spiel a ton. I'm all about game preservation. I thought this was cool.
13% of video games released before 2010 are currently preserved.
Only 13% of games released just in the last 15 years are preserved.
87%.
Let alone the ones that,
of all games that came out within the 40-year period from 1970 to 2010 are critically endangered. A study was done by the Video Game History Foundation, and they found that the number was even worse for PlayStation 2 titles, with only 12% of all PlayStation 2 titles being preserved. The reason I'm mentioning all this is because it was recently revealed that the Game Preservation Society, located in Japan, is in danger of closing for good. The GPS was founded in 2011 with the goal of preserving...
Which one? Which one?
And archiving classic Japanese video games, booklets, and other items related to its culture. Within the last 14 years, they've managed to track down and digitally preserve thousands of titles, including over 7,500 games between July 2024 and February 2025. That includes over 2,000 floppy disk games, which have a very short lifespan of only 10 to 20 years before they become unusable and inaccessible. The head of GPS, Joseph Redden, recently revealed...
You can't, I mean, with all due respect to that man, I'm sure he pulls and all that. I mean, he's, hell yeah, I love what he's doing, but you can't just flash Voldemort at us like that.
The society only has about $2,800 left in its bank account. That's enough for about 1 month of their rent, and he estimates that their current rate of donations that they will have to shut down by September 2025. The GPS is
that's now. I need to
done so
donate.
much for Japanese gaming history, but they struggle to find ways to raise funds for their cause. Japan has
favorites Galaga? Ooh, I don't know what mine would be.
Incredibly strict copyright laws, so even though they do digitize and preserve these rare and classic games, they are unable to share them with the world, and that hurts them. They have 33 volunteers who work to preserve games daily. Redden, the head of GPS, even pays 25% of the rent every month out of his own pocket.
I need to find out. Okay, sometimes we go a little extra after Newsday on some of these things. What's this called?
And yearly pledge options on their websites, and you can also just make a one-time donation. Redden estimates that all they need is about 400 people to pledge around $2 a month for them to stay afloat and continue to do their important work. Their membership fee is only $20 a year. They don't offer much for their membership, but they're trying to fix that and be more open with the work they're doing and sharing it with the world. I'm going to leave a link in my bio for their site.
Maybe I don't. I think I might be funding like a James Bond super villain operation.
I recommend you showing them some support. In this day and age when giant corporations rip the games we love out of our hands, never to be played again, help these people preserve the past. You might hate some of these games, you may have never heard of most of them, but they're someone's favorite, and I think that's worth saving.
Galaga's dope. I don't know how deep into, like, would Contra came out, I want to say initially in a cabinet, and then it was an NES game. I don't remember the exact timeline there, but, like, you know what I mean? Like, do I get credit? Because if Contra counts, that would be my favorite, I would say.
Did you know that only 13% of...
overall... Although I didn't play Contra much when I was a kid, what I did play was that Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle one was fire. And by the time I was like 6 or 7, we had the little like virtual like House of the Dead 3 with the little shotgun thing. That was my shit. Okay, so this next one is a cool little insight. It's a snippet on like, you know how they do the Border Patrol police TV shows that are kind of like reality shows, whatever? Maybe not reality, you know what I mean. This, I guess they do one for stadium security that I had never heard about, and this was a cool little insight. So Chargers fan in a 52 jersey threw a beer at a Browns fan. Here we go.
Browns fan.
Copy that. Drop it down there now on the camera, see if we can find it.
CPD and Apex, they're en route.
He'll need to be ejected for violating the fan code of conduct.
Copy.
I don't care how much someone pissed me off. I ain't throwing a $21 beer. Facts.
Excuse me.
Hey, that's the channel. Hey.
Hold on. Excuse me. Watch out. Get him.
This is Dobre. The guy's running.
Oh, he is hauling.
Yeah, he ran out into the concourse.
So sometimes some in the community would argue all the time, have ADHD, and I've tried to get better at it with Newsday because I could go on a spiel on what you just said, Ray. Could talk for a hot minute about it. So just, if nothing else, remind me at some other point.
There was a dispute between two fans.
Tried to get better.
He became very belligerent. So
I ran a Khalil Mack jersey. Okay, so this next one, I just thought that was a cool little bit of insight. This next one is 2,500-year-old tattoos discovered.
Skin of a woman who
2,500-year-old Siberian ice mummy had intricate
died
tattoos.
2,500 years ago, and it's some of the earliest tattoos ever discovered. Researchers call it the Siberian ice mummy. She was from a horse riding.
Okay, I don't want to digress too much, but did you also play Mass Effect by any chance? And or Jade Empire?
Warrior culture, and when she died, aged about 50, they buried her in an ice cave. The cold preserved her skin and her tattoos. Archaeologist scans revealed that one arm had tattoos of leopards and a tiger fighting a stag. And on her other arm, she had the mythical griffin creature, half lion and half eagle. But the ancient woman didn't just like big battling animals. She had this cute little rooster tattooed on one of her
so you're a big
thumbs.
Star Wars fan, I'm guessing? Is that what it was? The reason I asked about those two games is because they were also made by BioWare, and there's a lot of gameplay similarities between the three.
So how did
their branching narrative, choose your dialogue. Yo, what up, Zaki?
Get them
How you
done?
doing, man?
Researchers from the Max Planck
We're doing a little
Institute
Newsday right now. This is a story about a mummy found in Siberia where she had tattoos, basically. So 2,500-year-old tattoos.
worked with a tattooist who thinks they were done with needles made of animal bone, and the ink was made of burnt plants or soot. The archaeologists say that this sheds new light on an ancient warrior culture where tattooing was widespread and probably a common job.
Yeah, like the Dothraki. We've known this, ma'am. We've known this. Okay, so this next one, there's an animal called a pika I didn't know about, which I guess is the basis of Pikachu? And I just named this Pikachu cute. American pikas? Pikas. Pikas. Pika de Gallo. I know it's Pico. I don't want to hear it, Chad. Are more than just adorable fur balls. They're voracious scavengers that make sure to look out for one another. Cutest little mountain potato. So normally I keep this picture up to block the comments in case they're mean until I can get a chance to look at them. But that one's a good one. The Jedi Academy games were lit. You get it. Very cute. Okay, next one. A Polish dude, Star Wars Hoverbike. Again, I don't watch these all the way through, so I also come up with these little names, like, or I'll just like summarize them. See, I make a let me show you. Skirt. I make a Google Doc, and if you ever want to, well, I also have a YouTube where they're on there. But regardless, this is for anyone who like wants to look at old news days. Boom, and I keep track of them. I try to also produce like so this coming up here, the next one, well, I'll show you. I'm spoiling it, but I've gotten better at even grouping things up. So anywho, that's what, when I read them out, like for Zaki and Ray and whatnot, people who are new to Newsday, those are me just like summarizing what I think the video is going to be about. Polish inventor brings Star Wars hoverbike amid claims of computer fakery. favorite Pokemon is Espeon. I think she wanted a tribal tattoo. Honestly, I believe this because I think it was 2 news days ago. There was the video of the guy. It was very Studio Ghibli feeling, but he wanted to like paraglide, or his dog wanted to paraglide with him, and he built the whole contraption. He took his dog to the vet to make sure his like heart can deal with the stress and yada yada. They did trial runs, and then eventually that thing, it's like Falcor, never-ending story. Oh, I'm glad you asked that, PB. I've been meaning to put that in the Discord. I want to say Friday. We'll call it Sunday. Sunday night will be the last night people can submit, and then that way next Newsday or Monday stream we can listen to the playlist then. Sounds good? Also, footy will be back starting this weekend. Liverpool has 6 games in 17 days. 6 games in 17 days. That doesn't even seem like it's like kinesiologically safe. But here we are. And you know what? That means also we'll get back to starting Tuesday streams a little earlier. That way we can do little Champions League watch-alongs. This is my favorite time of the year. I literally get giddy. And then we got scary games and movie nights with scary movies. This looks cool for real. This is what this, like, it says that this went viral, and then they did another video to prove that it's real. Alright, hold on. I'm gonna run that back one time because I kind of busy out there. Seem to get injuries left, right, and center. Noises apparently. I mean, we're all gonna deal with it, right? It's the players are just. So in American football, sorry, I am gonna digress because I already started and we've already watched this. I'm gonna mute it and we'll just run this. In American football, like on Sunday night, the Buffalo Bills, who have one of the best fan bases in the NFL, but one of the best in American pro sports. And one of their fans, like, not just patted, I mean, he shoved 2 of the Ravens players, and Lamar Jackson, the quarterback of the Ravens, shoved him back. And it was one of those immediately where any post that you saw of that moment, if you read the comments, they were overwhelmingly in support of Lamar and whatnot. But in that conversation, it got to this thing like fans need to stop treating players like they're zoo animals. And I think in a way we're seeing that with like the disregard for scheduling with some other major sports. Okay, yap over. So this next section is like a little mini World War II moment, little segment. 12-year-old boy offers free tours of Hiroshima to keep its memory alive.
Other stuff. Hiroshima. Okay,
Wait, do you actually think people stole your songs, PB? What you mean? No, I don't. You might be the only. You and Katie are the only 2 people who have submitted, I think. Maybe only Katie. Katie's might be the only one I looked at. Because, again, I didn't want to rush y'all, but because of the little, like, girl issues, whatever, yada, yada, the theme of the Creed J Challenge became more poignant, and I wanted to listen to the songs a bit sooner, but anyways.
the most dangerous thing is to forget what happened a long time ago. So, I think, like,
yo, Zaki, what you know about Isaac?
To the next generation. And then never forget it. Well, I want them to know how bad is war and how good is peace. Like, instead of fighting...
Is that the oppressor MK2? That's a great shout, attaboy.
We should
That's
talk
a
to
great
each
one.
other about the good things of each other.
America Strong. 2 World War II veterans brought together in the most unlikely way.
Oh, hold on. Whoa.
A remarkable reunion, decades in the making. 101-year-old Tom Fitzpatrick served in Italy during World War II.
I was a radio navigator on a B-17 bomber.
A few years ago, Tom met college student Tyler Boland, who was on a mission to interview all living World War II veterans. Tom believed he was the last living member of his unit, until recently when Tyler found Stanley Eisenberg, also 101.
I was what they called the ground crew armorer.
Stanley and Tom both served in the 15th Air Force, 96 Bomb Squadron, 2nd Bomb Group. Thanks to Tyler, the two reconnecting for the first time 81 years later.
That's fire. That gives me chills.
Amazingly, they were living only 15 minutes apart.
Wow, that's wicked. That's almost like it was planned. Does the military-industrial complex run that extensively? Might need to find out next week.
Swapping war stories.
And all of a sudden, rat-tat-tat-tat-tat, his machine guns go off and fire into where we were standing as close as I am to him.
Oh, jeez.
Nobody got hit, I hope. No, because
So he thought he was the last living member of his unit. A college student who just loved looking up this stuff was like, hey, man, you got a little buddy over here.
Us were a mile away in 30 seconds.
After all this time, a chance to shake hands, all because of a young man with a passion for history.
Just meeting somebody that was in my outfit was a special treat.
They haven't seen each other in 81 years, so that experience was really special.
People think you forget what happened 80 years ago, what I did and what other people like Stanley did. I try to keep those memories alive. So God bless us all.
Oh. Okay, that's his shadow, presumably. But I thought that was like a... you can't see my cursor, but if you look over the young college student's head, there's like a silhouette. And ooh.
American heroes, what a special moment.
I got spooked.
I'm Whit Johnson in New York. Have a
Okay,
great
so
night.
this next one I have shown on Newsday before, but given this segment that I'm doing, I wanted to re-show it. In case
At
people missed it the
101
first
years
time.
young, Joseph Peterburs took flight over Northern California in the P-51 Mustang plane he piloted more than 8 decades ago. Joseph completed 49 combat missions during World War II. Here's what he had to say.
It brings back 80 years of memories, of my memories when I was a young
whippersnapper,
devil-may care youth of 19 years old flying this aircraft. It was really
Oh, I like
joy.
his stash.
Sir, you are still young in spirit. Yes, you are. He has also
That's a
recently
fresh
went back to
jacket.
England
The
to take a
leather
victory lap.
nameplate.
He flew over his old base 80 years to the day that his plane was shot down. Joseph also flew 76 combat missions during the Korean War, promoted to colonel in 1969, retired in 79. And during that California flight, his granddaughter was flying in one of those planes.
That's so fire. Okay, so moving on from the World War II stuff, we got this. I thought this was super interesting. It's a ring of fire, especially with the, we've had some volcanoes erupt. We had the mega earthquake that hit the eastern parts of Russia.
This happened
So some might not know about this. Most of us learned this in school. It's all tectonic plates.
Ring of Fire. Now, the Ring of Fire, you see it outlined right here. It's called the Ring of Fire, John, because this is where a number of the Earth's plates come together. You've got the Pacific Plate, you've got the North American Plate, you've got the Eurasian Plate, and where they clash, look at the spot right here. Lo and behold, that was the epicenter. When those plates come together, one wants to ride up and over. That actually pushes the surface of the ocean higher by, say, 3 feet or so, and it results in tsunamis.
So how high did the water get in this case?
Well, much higher if you're right near the epicenter, but you can see how those ripples go all the way over towards Hawaii. Hawaii had about a 3-foot rise, okay? And they had, smaller tsunamis in that area. But right by that epicenter, look at this, John.
Ooh.
I mean, we're talking 13-foot tsunamis out there. I mean, that's a big risk in that area. Again, worse right by the epicenter, but they do trickle out. They get smaller as they go.
Lonnie Quinn, falling in the Ring of Fire. Thank you, Lonnie.
Okay, this next one, kind of gross, but I don't even know what to call it. Rat runs into napping woman's pants in Vietnam. Why is she napping on the floor of a boutique? Maybe that she works there and they have no customers. Actually, I'm starting to think that that's what both of these women are doing. So, you know what? Do y'all, Queen. Do y'all. The mega tsunami in Canada, no. Did it hit? I'm guessing if it's in Canada, it would have maybe Hudson Bay. So it hit up there where there's it's very sparsely populated. It's really called the Ring of Fire because of the or because it's the exact path that Johnny Cash traveled while on tour doing that song. I'm pulling up to I love the Opa Gangnam style here. No, that's why you don't take a nap on the job, ma'am. I mean, in fairness, how, like, that was honestly kind of graceful of her. Lord knows what I would do if I'm napping. All of a sudden, I got parachute pants over here, and a rodent crawls into my hoo-ha region. You know what I mean? Most prominent mega. Hold on. Okay, where I'll pull this next one up. This next one is a gulf in and around Central America, South America. Golfo Dulce.
That the Osa.
Canada's most prominent megasun occurred in Alaska, now a Canadian territory. That has to be up there, like one of the bays within Hudson Bay, huh? Lituya. I'm still the one. I'm still the one. Wow, when you do type that in, mega tsunami is one of the things. There's a video. Hold on. Newsday pivot. Little Newsday pivot. Pardon me. Pivot and heavy. And now I don't have chat, though. Come back, chat. I miss you already. Come back. Boom. Oh, it's not. Okay, I guess that would be the other practical option, mainly. For tsunami. Actually, it's a tsunami. I should have always assumed that, because it's from the Pacific. Oh, big old chunk of glacier or something. We got no audio here? What am I doing? Okay, well, we got our answer up there. Wow. You probably, I mean, not that I'm, you know, it's one of those things that, like, I feel like we should still hear about it more, but I guess because it didn't affect that many people, maybe? I've never heard of that. All right, let me get this back.
Peninsula is special for its incredible biodiversity. But did you know that this tiny patch of ocean alongside it is just as special? Today is Ocean Day, and in celebration, I want to talk about the Golfo Dulce and why OSA Conservation is working so hard to protect it. The Gulf is a tropical fjord, a biome so rare that you can count on one hand every one of them in the world.
Oh, that's
As
cool.
a fjord, it's very
tropical fjord. You know, you hear of fjords all the time up in, like, Scandinavia. A tropical fjord. That's cool. I want to go back and see where those
Specifically, its waters go from shallow at the opening to a 200-meter deep drop-off, making it very calm and protected. It's relatively small, only 750 square kilometers. But because of its many mangrove forests, coral reefs, river mouths, and rainforest coastline, it's a critical habitat for many marine and terrestrial species. This tiny patch of ocean is the only place in the world where humpback whales come from both the north and the south hemispheres.
We're on the Golfo Dulce
that's
right
pretty
now
cool.
looking for whales. And listen to this.
That's fire.
They come to use the Gulf as a nursery, raising their babies in the calm, warm waters. The northern mangroves of the Gulf are critical breeding grounds for scalloped hammerhead sharks, and it's home to 4 of the 7 species of sea turtle, all of them threatened and some critically endangered. There are 2 species of resident dolphin that live here year-round, feeding and raising their young. And even a sea snake that is found nowhere else in the world. Overall, the Golfo Dulce is estimated to have 1,000...
Yo, the audio's good, right?
100 marine species in its waters. Approximately a different species for every 1.6 square kilometers, which is amazing richness. And because of this richness, it is a crucial source of income for small artisanal fishing communities.
Could it go up a little bit?
Healthy fish populations.
I don't want it to drown me
While there
out.
are some protections around the
I'll
Gulf,
go up a
it's still
smidge.
under threat, and many organizations are working to create a larger marine protected area in nearby waters that feed into the Gulf and are essential for its health. The OSA Conservation Marine Program is working to continue to preserve the Gulf through constant scientific research, community outreach, and campaigns pushing towards more protected areas. Our goal is to one day have this tiny, rich piece of ocean protected and made resilient for anything the future holds.
If nothing else, I love that I learned that there are things called tropical fjords. There's only like 5 on the planet. We're gonna look that tropical fjords. We'll look that up in a bit. Okay, we're pivoting to a bear section here. This first one, Florida man. We have a lot of Florida man stories around here. Florida man attacked by bear. Florida man attacked. Like, what can't you get attacked by in Australia? Seemingly, well, you don't really hear a lot of bear attacks. Bears or Florida and Australia.
Heading toward.
What would be bad?
It wasn't.
That's a good point. Bear didn't even really notice him until he was screaming.
Alexander Rojas said his Ring doorbell camera stopped recording just as a bear charged towards his door around 4 a.m. on August 15th. He said there was another bear in his yard. He said he tried to scare them off.
For some odd reason, he turned around, did more stutter steps towards me, and bit my arm, and then clawed my rib cage. And I was able to kick his feet out and knock him in the nose.
He said he was able to
bonked him in the nose. He is repping the Stars and Stripes,
get
though.
away, and he kept running down the street here in his Apopka neighborhood, not far from Wekiva Springs.
And I called my girlfriend, and she had heard me screaming.
Yeah, we all did, brother. Okay, next one. Pomeranian doggo scares off a bear. This is in Vancouver, August 4th. 3-year-old Pomeranian Scout wasn't having it. Y'all need to change his name to like Soldier or Vanguard or Centurion. Dude, look at the Pomeranian go! That thing just literally cleared the steps. Said, I ain't got time for that. Wait, one more time. Dude, that is a dash. It's a nice little crib. You live in Canada, you gotta probably lock your doors for bears. So that just seems like a thing you're taught when you're young. Granted, this isn't a full body bear here, right? So wicked. Okay, and then the last one in this bear section. This is the mother of all bears, an enormous grizzly. Large grizzly bear near Augusta, Montana. Their Forest and Wildlife Protection partnered with the landowner. What the fuck? That thing is huge. Granted, I only saw this video up, like, stopped it immediately and saw his big ass in the background. Her big ass, maybe? That is monstrous. Like, I feel like look how, this is one of those, like, that's not a railing that's hip high, right? That's closer to a human, normal humans, like rib cages, or like this thing is as tall as our shoulders, basically. Look at, sitting comfortably, dog sitting comfortably. He was looking for the masters. Yep. He went to the wrong Augusta. That's funny. So this next one is a mini AI section. I thought this was a cheeky. So this one, an actual AI model. Like, they call them like language models and AI models.
On the scene. She is stunning, stylish, and not real. In the August edition of Vogue, a guest ad shows a picture-perfect blonde, but if you look closely, you'll see a small note that says the model was created by AI.
Take a wild guess.
I think it should be international law. International law. That an AI, anything made with AI, especially a video, needs to have like a little watermark somewhere that designates it. Yes, we already, like, a lot of these sites tell them, and like, so on YouTube, you have to check a box, like, does this use AI, yes or no? But like, there needs to be a watermark, and then each user needs to mention it in their description or whatever, their caption. But
a model or AI. This morning, these images from Guess's latest ad campaign sparking controversy across the fashion world after the clothing brand featured AI-generated models. Some of the images even appearing in Vogue.
The fact that they are using fake women in their magazines, speechless.
This doesn't make me want to buy anything.
We want to look at real people in magazines. All of these models are going to be out of work. All of these photographers are going to be out of work.
London-based AI marketing agency Seraphine Valora was behind the creation of the AI models, whose names are Vivian and Anastasia.
Of course.
They say they're not in the business of replacing the modeling industry.
We are here to coexist together, and we will
we'll always see photography, stylists, and everyone involved in a photo shoot as an incredibly important, the heart of fashion is photography. We will never challenge that.
This is meant to just supplement and to add, a new avenue of marketing.
The agency and guests also facing criticism for perpetuating unrealistic standards of beauty, something experts say can have a negative impact on young girls and women.
The more we're exposed to these images, they become normalized to us, and we start to basically idealize these images that don't actually exist. And so then we compare to them and we feel inadequate.
But Serafine Valora says they're...
Okay, this just made me think, though. There is a certain, like, I don't know if diminishing return is the right way to describe it. But, okay, let's say hypothetically, we're going to just focus on this little sub-industry. You got the industry of fashion and the like sub-industry of modeling, photography, campaigns for like magazines and things like that. So let's say people start using AI, and then it really does. There's no photographers stop doing photo shoots for models for campaigns for clothing lines, and models stop modeling clothing lines. And that all goes away, right? And they use AI. At a certain point, I feel like then the AI will get eventually redundant if there isn't new actual human creative art being made, if that makes sense. Like, so obviously right now, like an AI model will have let's just say 2 centuries of photos to like compile. Okay, this is like you put in your prompt, I want a blonde model showcasing a swim this, and then you upload the image of your clothing thing, and you get the prompt, you get the pictures that you need, and then you're gonna have it do different poses. You get a couple pictures, and then you tweak the prompt, and you say, now I need them in front of the water and do it right. And then it's going to try to find pictures that have that and use that as its shell, its template, right? But then if people do stop doing that, it's just going to, you know what I mean? Like, now I don't know if that'll apply to every other industry, but it does make you wonder where. Now, I'm not advocating for AI usage, obviously. But when you also think about it like script writing, when the Hollywood strikes a couple years ago with the Screenwriters Guild and all that, a big part of it was in contract, like being protected from AI and like Disney and Paramount Studios and, Sony or whatever. They're not just outsourcing stuff to and getting it done AI. So on the creative industries, I do wonder where if there's a certain point where you need people, like the AI models still need actual human creation to give them new things to wrinkle off of. They say just generative AI is coming up with its own ideas. Yeah,
their client's vision and creating content people react to.
And we are not here to change what their brand is. We are here to adapt to their needs and create something beautiful for each brand.
What does people respond to? Beautiful women, things that look surreal, things that are very stunning. And when we get this backlash, we're like, well, that's what you responded to. If you had responded to other types of beauty, we would have done that.
And we are certainly reacting. ABC News has reached out to Vogue and guests. We have not heard back, guys.
Okay, and then the second and final part of my little AI section, Ohio State, and I like this. I think this is cool.
And
it's requiring all students to take AI fluency courses, which, going back to my international law thing, I love this.
No matter their major, every single Ohio State student will be...
Granted, we need this for like our parents and that generation as much as anything, and they also should have gotten like a true fake news thing 10 years ago.
How to use AI. Starting with the incoming class of 2029, AI courses will be required to graduate. Ravi Bellamkonda, Provost of Academic Affairs, says the goal is for students to be able to use AI technology to work smarter rather than harder. For example, he says scientists can use AI to make developing new cancer drugs quicker.
It used to take a lab 2 years to figure out the structure of a protein. AI can do it now in a matter of hours. So if you're really interested in curing cancer, why wouldn't you use AI?
I, of course, maintained my academic integrity, but I used it to make study problems, help me practice things.
Of course, I maintain my. I love to preface with that.
Take jobs and made jobs, and I think it'll be the same.
I usually use AI if I need like better understanding some concepts
Oh,
to get
wait.
a better like summary of everything instead of reading like a 30-page long chapter on equilibrium. There's something.
Yeah,
wrong
that's
with
probably
learning
true.
New skills.
Okay, next one, bodybuilding nun.
America strong. The Bible says I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. One nun took it to heart. Sister Pat Farrell has always
What a lead
prayed
in.
for strength. It's just that now she does it a little more literally.
I like to think that I'm carrying on part of our tradition in service of others for the gospel.
The 72-year-old nun is a member of the Dominican Sisters of San Rafael in California. She lives here at this convent and has just taken up weightlifting.
Press.
For the past 4 months, faith and fitness for her have gone hand in hand here at the Yard, a gym she frequents in San Francisco.
And they really grew over these
Okay.
4 months. It's really amazing.
Her gym mates and trainers are impressed.
Absolutely blown away.
Man, has she made an impact.
These are my gym bros.
She initially started training to improve her health, but she's now taking it to the next level, competing in her first powerlifting competition, benching 77 pounds and deadlifting 160 pounds, which is more than her body weight, winning first place for Masters women in her weight class.
That's pretty cool. Snake and dumpster wrangled. I should say more like a python. This thing looked massive. Holy! It goes around the whole back of it.
Oh my God is right. A supersized snake found in a dumpster, and this guy went in to get it.
It's happening
Dude,
downtown
what
Los
a-
Angeles.
I mean, that's not the technique. I mean, absolutely not in general. But what is this technique? I mean, we're half dangling in a dumpster. Just. I'm not comfortable with the sitting position alone, let alone the bleached tight jeans, right? And how it's got a, little fray where the strike can go right to his kneecap. But I don't love the sitting arrangement, and I hate the technique of pushing the thing. No broom, no stick, nothing.
So a woman came into the garage of her apartment
Brain
building
fries,
there in
no
downtown and found that
osteoporosis.
20-foot python wrapped around the
20-foot
perimeter.
Look at what is he doing? Bro, that should have struck you right in the undercarriage, my friend, just to teach you a lesson. I'm sorry. What is that technique? He got worse than the other one. That's how he started, was the half shimmy spread combo?
Of the dumpster there. This is a snake
Well done, PB.
that came
That's
in
funny.
to get it. Now,
I guess the
he tells me
technique's...
that the snake was inside of a bucket that got out of the bucket into the trash can and then got up and wrapped its way around it. He believes it's someone's pet, that unfortunately that person then left it there, but he was left with the task of getting the 20-foot python all by his lonesome.
I mean, okay, in the end, this dude's a badass, but the start of that, what up, Z? You can't out-strengthen a python.
He tried
with
to
a
get it
stick.
off.
I wasn't going to try to out-strengthen it. I was going to try to nudge it because it probably is as scared of me as I am it in this scenario. And I just want to nudge it.
Trash can,
But you're right. I mean, you can out-strengthen him? Well, I know I can't. This guy seems like he could. Dude, in this position, I'm so worried about it just starting to wrangle and tangle me. Everyone in the background, cameras out. If he gets under it and he's screwed, I don't know if they're helping.
He's with it. Eventually, they were able to get the trash can out. Tonight, I had a chance to talk to him
Leroy
about
Jenkins eat it?
wrangling the python.
Well, I jumped right up on the dumpster and I wrangled it. I mean, I don't know really what else to tell you.
I don't know what else to tell you.
Not really wanting to get off the dumpster. She was frightened, as you can imagine. There's a lot of people there. She's just been in this weird situation, so she was really stressed out. And like I said, that snake is very strong and can overpower me. And it was actually really difficult for me to get her off the dumpster. I needed to move the dumpster and then get her off and put her on my body. So yeah, that's just good old fashioned animal wrangling is how I got her out of the dumpster.
Just good old fashioned animal wrangling. That's just what you chalk it up to.
Just good old-fashioned animal wrangling. And there he is
Yeah,
showing
exactly.
off the python afterwards to all the people, because he tells me he's also an educator and wanted people to know about the python, who he says, out of all the pythons he dealt with,
it was a
was
pet,
pretty docile
apparently.
and was happy to be out of there. She just wanted to be rescued as well, he said. Now, obviously, you noticed that I interviewed Joseph on a surfboard in the ocean this evening. He and his friends go out surfing every Thursday. It was the only time he was available.
The way that it was just wrapping around his leg.
They call their surfing group OK Surfing because they're just okay at it, guys.
Wow.
Okay at surfing, but great at snake wrangling.
Yes,
okay?
yes. He's much better at snake wrangling, apparently, than he is at surfing.
Wicked. Downtown Los Angeles, of all places. Okay, these next two are about conservation. I thought was pretty cool.
A baby shower when they hatch, and it is these celebrations that
Same,
have saved
attaboy.
them from
So
becoming
same.
extinct. This is the greater adjutant stork, a bird native to southern Asia. It's maybe best known for its most striking feature, a dangling neck pouch. This pouch can be inflated using its nostril and swung around in a very strange mating display. But
Oh, well, okay. First off, gentlemen, we know the mating display. Some might call it the windmill. Some might call it the, it really should just be called the windmill. But
pouch swinging aside, habitat loss and persecution by people who
Helicopter,
saw them
that's
as
the other one.
pests push these birds to the brink of extinction. But one local woman has completely changed that.
Sizing
This
them up.
is Panima Devi Barman, who lives in Assam, India. After becoming a mother, Panima couldn't take seeing these baby storks dying when their nests were cut down. So she had an idea. What if I throw baby showers for these birds, invite local women, and get them to care about the birds as if they were their own children? The baby showers and other community events like cooking competitions have been a huge success, inspiring over 20,000 women across Assam to work together.
okay,
They call
this went
themselves
from see, this is where I don't watch them all the way through, obviously. This went from a conservation effort to maybe a cult. That might be cool. That might be cool. I'll
Pagila
listen.
Army,
I'll give it.
and they
Hear
do
me
things
out.
like physically stand and watch over nests, clean up wetlands where the birds live, and rehabilitate sick birds.
Okay, no, that's
Thanks to these
W. That-
amazing
those last
efforts,
two,
the greater
very
adjutant
cool.
storks' numbers have gone up over tenfold and are no longer endangered.
The dangle. Okay, the next conservation one, Hawaii 1 million mosquito conservation thing. 1 million mosquitoes a week. A bold effort to rescue endangered Hawaiian birds. That's funny. Since 2023, Throwbird. They're the Throwbird again. Scientists have been dropping biodegradable pods. Oh, I've actually heard about this. They also had to do this in the Durian Pass, which is the stretch of land where Central America meets South America. It's one of the most inhospitable and toughest places to travel on the planet. There's since the 70s, there's been a CIA project. I'll have to pull that up at 1.2 where we drop something to combat a different thing. We basically drop mosquitoes that have a sterilization in them, and that way they mate with something and then it doesn't produce babies. Basically these flies waste their time doing the thing with the birds and the bees and then making the babies. And then they don't make the babies because the one of the partners is sterile, but they don't know that. And so, as opposed to non-sterile doing the birds and the bees, scientists have been dropping biodegradable pods over the forest of Hawaii. Each one delivered by drone or helicopter contains about 1,000 mosquitoes. Birds, not mosquitoes. These aren't just any mosquitoes. They're non-biting, lab-reared male mosquitoes. Oh, spoiler alert, damn it. Carrying a common bacterium that results in eggs. But I didn't know we were doing it in Hawaii, too. That results in eggs that don't hatch when the males mate with wild females. The hope is that they will help to control the archipelago's invasive mosquito population, which is decimating native bird populations, such as rare Hawaiian honey creepers, by spreading avian malaria. Well, that's peaceful. The birds, which are key pollinators and seed dispersers and also play a central role in Hawaiian culture, are in dire straits. There were once more than 50 known species of honey creepers in Hawaii, but today there are only 17 left, most of which are endangered. Last year, the akikiki, a small gray bird, went functionally extinct in the wild, and less than 100 of the yellow-green akikes are estimated to remain. Mosquitoes are not native to Hawaii, but were first reported in 1826, likely unintentionally carried over by whaling vessels. Because mosquitoes are also such a huge threat to human health, scientists have been studying how to deal with them for decades. Conservationists have adapted their research to try and save the endangered birds of Hawaii. Okay, next one. Antarctica Research Station. So that's something that always fascinates me, right? Especially ever since seeing the movie Alien versus Predator in the 2000s, right? And the temple that's like in the ice of Antarctica. But 3 researchers, oh, here we go.
Dangerous places on.
Oops.
Reporting a daring rescue mission to one of the most dangerous places on Earth.
It's about 60 feet of ice floating on top of the sea. There's quite often blizzards or fog.
Holy crap. Holy crap. What a line. Talk about perspective inducing. He's like, you're on 60 feet of ice floating on water. Like,
which can make it impossible for us.
Reporting a daring rescue mission to one of the most dangerous places on Earth.
It's about 60 feet of ice floating on top of the sea.
On top of the sea.
Blizzards or fog, which can make it impossible for us to land.
The call for help coming from the U.S. McMurdo Station in Antarctica.
So this is cool, like the U.S. research station, and we get a New Zealand Air Force guy to come
high-risk medical evacuation for 3 people, 1 needing urgent medical care. The New Zealand Air Force answering that call, which was requested by the United States National Science Foundation after several staffers were unable to receive the medical care they needed on base.
It's quite a high-risk flight for us.
Flight Lieutenant Andrew Sledger was the captain of the C-130 aircraft flying through the night.
We were balancing the risk of getting down there to save people versus putting ourselves in danger to do so.
I think their planes are made by Lockheed Martin.
With temperatures reaching 21 below zero, the crew wearing night vision goggles, landing on an icy runway and retrieving all 3 people.
We carried medical staff with us who headed out for the patient transfer, and we had our loadmasters and maintenance team on board, conducting the refuel and the cargo loading and getting the aircraft prepared for departure.
They took them back safely to Christchurch, New Zealand, where they're now getting medical treatment. The U.S. Embassy in New Zealand says this mission wasn't just difficult, it was one of the most technically demanding operations an aircrew can face.
And the station had to clear off 10,000 feet of runway for their arrival, and on the ground, they kept that aircraft running the entire time.
Wow, they had to also clear out a runway is wicked. Had to obviously keep the plane going so the engines wouldn't freeze and stall.
So that the engines wouldn't freeze.
Okay, we've all probably seen this video, but I just wanted to show it. I hadn't seen it until recently.
Pet what?
You want to pet a worm?
You want to pet a worm?
Not really.
Why?
I don't
Why?
Do you want to pet a worm?
No.
Okay,
No.
I don't either.
They don't have teeth.
Oh, they don't? Okay.
Just pet them.
Just pet them.
Just pet them.
Just pet them.
Oh, okay. Oh. Put them in the bowl.
Put them in the bowl.
Pet one.
Pet what?
You want to pet a worm?
Not really.
Why?
I don't. Do you want to pet a worm?
No.
Okay,
No.
I don't either.
They don't have teeth.
Oh, they don't? Okay.
Just pet them.
Just pet them.
Just pet them. Oh, okay. Oh. Put them in the bowl.
Put them in the bowl. Okay, this next one's a follow-up. You know, one thing that's great I love about Newsday is as we do these, we get the follow-ups on stories we've already done. A previous Newsday, we did the one with the beatboxing nun that went viral, and I'm sure we all saw. Well, this is a follow-up on that beatboxing nun. I probably should have put this closer to the bodybuilding nun, but YOLO.
This viral clip.
Yeah, I was gonna say some worms kind of might have teeth. The kind that I hate too, like I hate lampreys and like sarlacc pit. Those like circular teeth mouths. I hate that.
One nun is beatboxing and the other one is dancing. This clip went viral, reaching across the world.
Two Brazilian nuns are going
We
viral
showed it on
for
Newsday.
Beatboxing.
Being called a real-life sister act.
Esse é o Jack.
Opa!
I didn't realize Sister Act.
I came to meet Sisters Marizelli and Sisters Marisa in their home state of Paraná to understand how they're trying to capitalize on this sudden fame. One thing everyone has wanted to understand is, where did Sister Marizelli, a nun, begin to beatbox? And she doesn't even really have a great answer. She just says, I'm very musical. Similarly, Sister Marisa, she also said that everything was very spontaneous for both of them and organic. And to them, it's all about trying to attract attention for their mission. Brazil is the world's largest Catholic nation, and it has been for a long time. But the strength of the Catholic Church has really been diminishing over the past several decades. The number of people following the Catholic Church in Brazil has fallen precipitously from about 83% 30 years ago to just about 57% today. And so the Catholic Church has been searching for years to try to regain many of the followers that they've lost.
Catholic Church looking for clout,
with
dude.
A modernizing world.
Espírito Santo, amém.
We're here today to see them record their first music video for this hit song, Vocação, which means vocation, and it is about what is God's calling for you in life.
Fala de uma pessoa que ouve a voz de Deus, deixa tudo e o segue.
They kind of sound like Backstreet Boys a little bit. She is hitting that thing.
There's a little bit of irony here. They're kind of going in stride with this and recognizing that this moment will pass, but they are trying to see how they can use it for the benefit of their congregation. The congregation's main mission is to work with drug addicts and alcoholics in their rehabilitation process.
Tudo isso
Now that's a good
na
act.
verdade, transbordamento de algo muito mais profundo. Nós somos uma congregação, nós somos igreja. Então, eu acredito que seja importante a gente mostrar nossas raízes. E é isso que o vídeo, o clipe quer mostrar.
Dude, the music video in the courtyard of this Catholic church in Brazil oh man. DJ Khaled shows up. We the best. So in Phoenix, as it gets hotter and hotter there, firefighters have had to come up with new tech to deal with people having heat strokes.
What are we heading to right now? So right now we're going to a 50s female outside of a dollar store.
Phoenix firefighter Colin Kennedy always knows one number.
It's 105, 106 degrees. The pavement is hot.
They find a woman having a stroke on a hot sidewalk. If her temperature hit 104 degrees, they would put her inside one of these blue bags and fill it with ice water. Firefighters demonstrated what is now their standard heat stroke protocol to quickly cool a person down.
That's not ice water, that's ice, sir.
We have a bag and we have ice, and we're saving lives with it.
Captain Dave Kirk says cold water immersion began with the military.
There's the water.
With climate change driving longer, hotter heat waves, Phoenix faces 39 more hot summer days compared to 1970. And Climate Central found that dangerous multi-day heat streaks are increasing nationwide. Old ways of treating heat stroke no longer cut it.
Putting ice packs around the neck area, the groin area, and then giving cold IV fluids.
How much more effective is this approach of putting somebody in this bag of ice?
It's night and day.
It can cool patients up to 3 to 5 times faster, critical to avoiding brain damage
But I
and
imagine
organ
you gotta
failure.
then maybe get them out quickly so they don't get hypothermia. I wonder how that works.
Here in America's hottest city, every fire station now has something.
I mean, yeah, I was gonna say, dude, that Reedy Ice contract, government contract, about to go bonkers.
At a gas station.
And this bag is going to come out, and it's going to come with us on the call. So right now we've been dispatched to a person down at a bus stop, unconscious person.
In a trial last year, they used the ice bags more than 300 times.
And
this summer,
There'll be people who sadly sue them for their phone or something. Oh, my clothes.
Phoenix is now stockpiling ice at popular trailheads to cool
cheeky. I like that. I don't know where you would store it, but
overheated hikers like this one.
Obviously, like coolers and stuff, but that could get logistically tough.
On the spot.
We're seeing people go from 108, 109, 110 core body temperature to 101 or 100 degrees even by the time they arrive at the hospital.
Sir, can you tell me your name?
At this Phoenix hospital, Dr. Jeff Comp has been training his team on the protocol for a few years.
Why is putting somebody basically in ice water more effective?
Because it's fast. The thermal conductivity of water is so much faster than air.
That's not an answer.
He says cooling patients...
Obviously, it's faster. That's why we're asking. Like, what does it do? Does it cool your liver down quicker, and your liver is kind of more packed into you internally, so the full body exposure cools the liver, and then the liver cool? That's what we want answers for, doctor. What is the pancreas doing or something? Talk to me about glands.
For the ER,
I don't know.
Is a game changer.
If we're able to decrease the amount of time that the patient is impacted by that higher temperature, it's going to be better. By doing this, we're decreasing mortality. We're saving people's lives.
A new weapon in the Cold War on heat. For Climate Central, I'm Ben
I also
Tracy
wonder, like,
Phoenix.
I mentioned you got to worry about hypothermia. Do you also have to worry about them? You don't want them to go from too hot to too cold too quickly either. Isn't that like shock or something? Can we start calling them? That's first responders legal leeway since they're unconscious. Yeah. At some states, I don't actually know. I think Leafy was talking about that in one Newsday recently when we had the story about the nurse who, I think it was that at that time, who had done like 4,000 patients and she wasn't like a certified nurse or whatever. Okay, this next one is meditative sand art.
Turn. All I do is do what
elaborate designs on the beat. Another one up in Oregon, Bandon, Oregon. Twists and shapes that have drawn fans to walk.
For more than a decade, Dyke has been creating elaborate labyrinths on the beach near Bandon, Oregon.
Labyrinths.
What begins with a line in the sand soon transforms into a series of twisting shapes, which have become known as the circles in the sand.
Do you have this all mapped out?
A, that's incredible, and B, that's okay. That's cool. Z. Oh yeah, that'll be parents in that regard.
As you go.
As I go.
Dyke isn't big on making plans. He certainly never planned for his freehand labyrinths.
Those are important jobs.
Become a tourist attraction. He started off making these as part of his solo meditation practice.
No, he probably was trying to fool people and make them think that like aliens were doing sign things.
It's a practice that I started years ago, but kind of living in the now.
Oh, you can? Gotcha.
You're down here on the ocean with no other input, and you're walking a labyrinth, which is a single path. You don't even have to worry about
except you know where you can see the outcome.
It just puts you in a different place.
It turned out lots of other people wanted that same experience.
Like, okay, I love it. And I love welcome back, Ray. I'll have to catch you up when I can. I love that first off, elaborate labyrinth. That's a bar. That's a bar. Secondly, I like the idea, but again, I am assuming he tried to fuck with them and think it was crop circles, A, and B, are the people really lost? Is it really labyrinthine? Because you can see where the end of the... Granted, I've always been good with mazes and like labyrinths and stuff. I think it's a very simple thing. You usually just, as long as you can stick to one wall, if you find your wall and keep your sense of direction to that being like where you trace, you generally will find it. But yeah, that's funny. They're like, oh, it's a maze. Can we find our way out?
Hundreds now show up to experience the designs Dyke creates.
Whoa, hold on. Maybe... Nah, this is...
Select days throughout the spring and summer months.
How did that change things for you?
Oh, what'd you make for dinner?
For yourself to doing it for other people?
I still do it for myself. I
had me a pub sub. It's kind of a tradition around here.
To help now.
That help comes in the form of a network of volunteers. Most of them former visitors to the labyrinth.
Arepas? A good PB&J is hard to beat, but yeah, you're probably right.
When I want to make...
Okay, this next one, the largest model train setup.
where everything is tiny. The trains, the people.
First off, reminds me of the beginning of Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood.
And even the spacecrafts.
Whoa, the Millennium Falcon in this bitch!
Miniature Wonderland. It all started when Frederick Brown walked past a toy shop.
Ich habe mich an unsere total eisenbahnverrückte Kindheit erinnert. Wir waren total eisenbahnverrückt.
Where's now, Leafy? You can type in German when you come back.
Diese kleinen Modellbahnshops.
He owned a nightclub with his twin brother Garrett.
Of course he did.
Wave of
of course he did. Oh, oh man.
Nostalgia made him want to switch tracks.
And he told me to build the biggest model railroad in the world. He was not very happy about my reaction. What is your problem?
Once Garrett was on board, it was time to get funding.
It was one of the funniest moments in my life when Frederick called our bank agent. Hallo, Herr Neudorf.
Of course he owned a nightclub. A Berlin nightclub,
2 Millionen Mark für eine Modelleisenbahn.
They assembled a team and got to work. Opening just 8 months later in August 2001. Quick. What started as a model railway became so much more.
That is fire, though. It's like going through the Alps and stuff of southern Germany.
Today, Miniature Wonderland is home to more than 1,000 trains, 47 flying planes.
Flying planes, little humans. Hey, you can't say that.
Humans.
That's not nice. 3 Uhr nachts hat Gerrit uns zusammengetrommelt. Das musst du aber eigentlich selbst erzählen, Gerrit. Und hat den ersten...
They even got miniature emergencies and stuff. And you know, I didn't mean to plan it, but we were just talking about the firefighter heat stroke thing. Here we go. Oh, dude, the fire trucks in Germany are Mercedes-Benz. That's cool. That's cool. That's a flex.
Vor der Eröffnung wurde das fertig. Fertig mit der Welt. Es war eine Mischung aus allem und
But in the end, we were happy it finally opened.
With 16 kilometers of train tracks, it's the world's largest model railway and has welcomed millions of visitors.
I love the different like biomes. Like you got the Swiss Alps, you got the snowy area, you got the volcano. This is like beach resort.
Keeps expanding, with the Amazon rainforest currently under construction.
That's cool. That's cool. That's cool. That's cool. Okay, so we're all familiar with one of the greatest songs of all time. Let me hear it, chat. You can answer a lot. At Last by Etta James. Check Yes or No by George Strait. But we're going to go this time with Vanessa Carlton's 1,000 Miles. So if y'all are familiar with the music video, you might be like, hey, that's crazy. They had CGI. 1,000 Miles, excuse me, video is 100% real and kind of insane. This wasn't green screen. They actually drove Vanessa Carlton through LA on a piano in traffic.
When I first came up with the concept, I thought, how the hell am I going to do this?
The idea of moving a piano throughout the streets of LA seemed a little daunting, but he figured it out. Like, we had a flatbed, literally rode through the entire city filming that song.
It was so over the top. A video like that could never be made again. That was not made on a green screen.
I think we did shut down some roads, but a lot of times we didn't. We practically drove with her with just cars, you know, around her.
I had a seatbelt on under my skirt on this piano that wasn't working.
Everybody could say, hey, did you see that video with the girl with the piano? And, you know, I guess the rest is history.
Dude, that's wicked. At the end of Newsday, remind me, we need to watch that. Okay, this is a zero waste community.
Of this Italian town are zero waste pioneers.
We produce about 3 bags of waste each year.
The principle: recycle, reuse.
Wait. She only produces, did she say 3 pounds? Is that what that said?
Repair. 87% of Capanori's waste is
80% of its waste is already being recycled.
Rossano Ercolini is the master.
No, you just think it out of your system. Mind over matter. The average citizen can recycle, but if something can't be recycled, the responsibility lies with that's a bar. Just make it recyclable. And if not, it's the responsibility of the manufacturers. It's a design flaw. That's a fire quote. If it can't be recycled, it's a design flaw. Products should be made to be recyclable or reusable.
Ercolini's research center contacts manufacturers if items show up too often as waste and pushes companies to find recyclable alternatives. In addition, the municipality...
There's so many countries that would not work on, or work in, unfortunately.
He has 6 warehouses. Here, furniture, clothes, and much more are given a second life in thrift stores.
Se io riparo un prodotto, evito l'estrazione della materia prima necessaria, ma anche l'inquinamento della manifattura.
Being a zero-waste pioneer even saves money for residents like Martina.
La tariffa di capannori tra i comuni con più di 25 abitanti è la meno cara dell'intera Toscana.
Tuscany region, apparently. Yeah, there's a lot of places. Again, like, a lot of their products probably come from local places, so it's much easier to track down and just go down the road and be like, hey, none of us can fucking recycle your bags. Can you do something different? And then they make up like a cardboard or something version. Okay, this next one, we're not trying to cop his swag too much. I don't want to steal too much of his content. But if there's going to be two people I want to start showing in Newsday, it's Robert Irwin, a.k.a. Bobby Irwin. And then that what's his name? Hungry for Munchies. It's the guy I showed y'all who went to the Little Debbie Park in Tennessee. You know, like it's like a park, but like there was like the Christmas trees from the Little Debbies, right? And then the cosmic brownies as like a bench. Anyways, so speaking my language, in America, well, in fairness, I think nowadays, at least they should, a lot of are like waste management places, and especially in major areas, major cities, metropolitan areas, they're supposed to be able to sift it for you, and you don't even need to delineate it. You know, there was like a 10-year period when you trash. Oh, yeah, you know, for a while there's like a 10-year period where you would have like two different bins and you're supposed to separate them. But then I know our waste manufacturer, they said they'll do it for us. So yeah, backgrounds. They're some of my favorites. Okay, we're moving on. Bobby Irwin. So preface aside, this is the second Bobby Irwin video. He found an
most special crocodile and probably the most amazing creature I think I've ever gotten to witness. This is a crocodile.
Oh, you live in Canada? Who is that, man?
This is a form of leucism, a coloration that I have never observed in the wild. Not albino.
It's not albino. That's what I marked on my little thing over here. Albino croc. It's a caramel crocodile.
There is zero black pigment coming through.
Ah, okay, gotcha.
Where it's
Hell
that
yeah.
beautiful caramel brown, that should be black. Look at those
Also, congrats.
eyes. This is just a super unusual color morph.
She is sitting there taking those compliments. She knows what she's got. Women, the thirst on this lad's hold on. You croc back in the river. You won't believe who picked me up. I love the comments that are always like, "You're so much your father's son. You make him. I'm sure you're making him proud." That croc felt bonita. We all do, don't we all? She's sitting there taking those compliments. She knows what she's got. Calm down, Martha.
Difference that is just so incredibly striking. She is beautiful. She is now part of our crocodile research study. She has a very small little tag, an acoustic tracker.
Can we call her Crocomel? That's pretty solid.
And we have confirmed that this is a female. Still got a ways to go before she's making a nest and having little babies of her own. But she'll grow up to be a very nice protective mother. Crocodiles are some of the best mothers in the animal kingdom. And they will defend their little babies, those little eggs in that nest, with their lives. I'm just gently holding her here at the back of her head just to make sure that she doesn't bite, because even though she's very pretty, she's still definitely very, very bitey, as she should be. At this size, she still has to defend herself from larger crocodiles. We also have a couple of samples here so that we can understand her DNA, see maybe who she's related to, and figure out her story. We're about to release her back into the wild. It was a quick catch, tag, and release, but I had to share
a little
this
tag and
crocodile
release,
with you.
classic.
If there's one thing that makes me
Honestly, what a compliment. She's pretty, but she's got a bite to her.
incredibly sad, it's when people wear crocodile skin. That is just horrible on every level. I really, truly believe that we need to stop the crocodile farming industry. We need to stop the indiscriminate killing of these beautiful animals. They're not an animal to be worn, to be exploited or consumed in any way. So please, anywhere you go, anywhere in the world, never buy wildlife product. This beautiful skin belongs on the crocodile. All right, we're going to get her back in the wild. Here we go, darling. See you later.
She's got like mud in her teeth. She needs to brush her teeth. Oh, quick one. Okay, this next one is a WNBA baby race.
You're America strong.
10 babies lined up on one end of the court. Okay.
One step at a time.
I'm seated.
Tonight, hear the incredible moves on the WNBA basketball court, but this time we're not talking about the players. The big game in Las Vegas, the Aces against the Lynx, the sold-out crowd, and during halftime, some of the youngest fans right there on the court. Invited by the Aces for the 3rd annual Diaper Derby, they call it.
Diaper
All the dads with their
Derby.
babies lined up.
No, that's
Moms on the other
great.
side holding their babies' favorite toys to try to coax them to crawl across the court to get to them. Then they were off. And watch the third baby from the right in the white shirt, pink headband with the bow, little Ada.
Oh,
who
she
just
is
turned
dialed.
one, off to an early lead.
Don't get
Dad
distracted.
Paul in the red Las Vegas Aces hat and jersey, right behind her, pointing toward Mom. Halfway across the court and with a sizable lead, Ada stopping to grab her stuffed animal, hugging it. Watch this. Slowly, she carefully stands up.
Ada, I need you to finish this. Yes.
The crowd goes
Wait, are
wild,
these her
but
first
Ada wasn't
steps?
done.
No way. Imagine you're the
Remarkably, she
parent
starts
and
walking.
you put your kid who you are almost certain has not walked yet, certain, and you line them up for the illustrious, the ever prestigious Diaper Derby. And halfway through the thing, already with a wonderful lead, she starts flexing on the competition and walks.
Her first steps
No!
right there in front of Mom and Dad and in front of the crowd of more than 10,000.
Bro, we all want her signed to Nike.
Making her way to proud
This
mom
is
Larissa with a big
elite!
hug. Ada winning the crawl by walking.
All the other dude, the all positive vibes from the other parents. I love that. Then she starts dribbling.
After the race,
I
Dad
mean, she's
carrying
probably a
Ada
couple.
and her trophy.
She's not too far away.
Steven, she hadn't been walking. She just randomly decided.
Or hold on, I want to keep this wholesome. But what if they knew she walked? What if they knew it and they masqueraded it and she's a ringer, dude?
Tonight, Dad Paul overjoyed, telling us she did one step at home. She's been practicing, but then she just kept going, and that was wild for us.
Does a round off back handspring.
We were not expecting her to take off like that. Tonight, Ada and her incredible first steps, right in front of the sold-out crowd, cheering her on.
She just needed the doll, really. Once she had that, that's Superwoman, dude.
Beat that. Hopefully Ada walked right over to the TV tonight to check herself out.
Okay, sometimes when I have this spreadsheet, right, and I mark the ones that I think are going to be like the highlights and the best ones. And again, ever since we started to do the like react stuff at the beginning of other streams where I can get caught up on Newsday, I've been able to filter out the Newsday stuff and have a more curated thing, and I think it's better. But then you go into them, and again, because I try to watch as little as I can to watch them with y'all. I did not mark this as one of the ones that I thought would be the best, and that's one of my probably favorites. That's top 3 to 5 Newsday segments we've done so far. I love that. That was so dope. Again, unless it's a ringer and they knew about it, and it's fixed, dude, fixed. Okay, so this next one. Oh, no, I'm going to come back to that one because it's YouTube. Okay, underwater volcanoes bring life to the ocean. Yo, that was so fire. She got such a lead, was like, hold on, I just need my doll. Probably, you're absolutely right. There is probably a sense to that. How underwater volcanoes bring life to the ocean.
When 2,000-degree lava meets the sea, things get explosive.
Probably all the, like, nitrogen. No, hold on. That's not what it is. Yes?
The heat from the lava raises the water temperature. Minerals disperse. A vital food source for the ocean's smallest organisms.
Phytoplankton.
Plankton. These tiny creatures are the precursors to much of the wildlife that we know in the sea.
Oh man, I thought this was longer. Okay, well, there you go. Next one. American teen flies around world, gets stranded in Antarctica. Man, I also should have grouped that with the Antarctica. So, American teen pilot Ethan Gao says he's stranded in Antarctica after Chilean authorities accused him of filing a false flight plan during his charity mission to fly across all 7 continents. He denies the charges, which were dropped after he agreed to a $30,000 donation, but he says officials still won't let him leave.
The first-person ever to fly all 7 continents solo.
This morning, one teen's history-making flight with a purpose grounded after his unexpected arrest in Antarctica.
It's quite unfortunate. For example, my food is rationed. I don't have much freedom. I have a piece of bread and a teaspoon of butter for breakfast.
Ethan Guo was a year into his flight for a cancer mission.
Oh, perfect. I see Manila City.
Going from Memphis, traveling to all 7 continents, hoping his journey could inspire and raise $1 million for cancer research with St. Jude.
So it was 6 a.m. in the morning. It was pitch black. There was unreported, unexpected icing. Then I proceed to lose my instruments, and so I'm unable to navigate in the pitch black.
But in June, he says, nothing could have prepared him for when mechanical issues on his flight from Chile to Argentina forced him to make an emergency landing at King George Island, a Chilean territory.
After I landed here, after 2-3 hours, they came up to me and they were like, okay, follow me, you're arrested. Then they proceed to take away my phone. Then they proceed to take away everything.
Chilean authorities claim Guo presented false flight information and landed without consent. But Guo claims this WhatsApp text message with a Chilean aviation official proves
that seems mad unofficial. I don't know.
He had emergency approval.
Using WhatsApp to text the air traffic control, hey, can I land in King George Island on the... potentially by a research station?
To land. Now, more than 40 days since his arrest, a deal to dismiss the case has been reached under the condition that he donates $30,000 to a children's cancer charity and does not re-enter Chile for the next 3 years.
Wasn't that what he was trying to raise anyways?
I maintain that I was innocent from the...
Oh, yeah, no, I get him wanting to land on all 7 continents. It was just like... Keep in mind, Antarctica is kind of like really weird, right? And protected. There's a lot of international agreements and like accords and stuff like that. Like the research stations are shared and stuff like you can't have military installations. All those, I think some countries are starting to stretch that. And so like it's already such a, it's just like a WhatsApp. Like, hey, cool if I land and.
Very beginning. So I'm finally grateful. I'm grateful.
Yeah. It's super. Like you don't just land there.
Be recognized.
Regardless of the weather. Let's assume everything's clear weather-wise, and there's like an airstrip. Even that gets it really funky.
This whole situation would have been resolved much sooner if all the evidence had been considered from the start. And
I do agree with that.
Now
but he says he had consent. But again, that WhatsApp. Anyway,
he just wants his plane to continue the journey he set out on.
They said. Number 1, the plane is not fit to fly. Number 2, the plane doesn't have enough fuel to fly. Number 3, the pilot doesn't have enough skills to fly. Number 4, the weather's too bad to fly. All 4 of those statements are objectively false. If I'm able to fly back, I'm able to continue the journey, the fight against cancer.
What an experience. He is stuck there for now. He can't use his plane. You just heard him. And there
but he's able to communicate pretty well to us. And I don't know about how accurate a spoonful of butter for breakfast is all he gets, but it's like he looks okay.
To get him off that island. But so far, guys, Ethan has raised more than $100,000 for St. Jude. So, and that was
that's incredible.
The goal, right? To do good.
Now, does that count the $30,000 that he has to pay? Is it $130K? Is it $70K plus his $30K?
Tricky situation.
The bread didn't look too bad, actually. It looks like a good garlic bread. Real good. The one you make, maybe you have leftover hamburger buns, and then you take them and you make garlic bread for spaghetti.
He got one.
He definitely got one. A couple of obstacles along the way.
Yeah, he's going through it, but he did raise a lot of money for St. Jude, which is a great cause.
Yeah.
Okay, next one. People saving a monkey. 2 men jump into rushing water to save a stranded monkey. Honey butter bread is simply divine. You know what's also super simply divine, and it might be going out of being extinct? Red Lobster's Cheddar Bay Biscuits. Not sponsored. Oh, dude, that monkey wanted to bite him a little bit. I mean, he is kind of grabbing him. But, I mean, how else are you going to do it? I'm not going to grab him in its belly or near its head. I don't want this thing biting me. I don't want to get rabies. I don't know if they could give you rabies, but I think eventually... Oh, there you go. They're in India. The monkey stopped fighting. I think he realized what was going on. That's pretty cool. This might be against TOS. Showing a lot of skin. This comment, not all heroes wear capes. Sometimes they wear Speedos. Okay. And while we're in the theme of monkeys, this next one, thieving macaques in Bali.
Temple in Bali, a group of monkeys is running a sophisticated tourist scam.
Now, some might know about in Gibraltar, there's also like notable, I think they're also macaques, but another notable thieving monkey population.
Victim to it. Every week, macaques steal dozens of phones, wallets, and other valuables from tourists and exchange them for tasty rewards. When I was there, a monkey grabbed my iPhone out of my hand and jumped onto the side of the cliff. My situation, like many, required the help of the temple's monkey handlers, called pawang. Handlers negotiate with the thieves using fruits, and in rare cases, raw chicken eggs, which are highly coveted. After more than an hour of hide and seek, the handlers were finally able to return my phone. And the monkey even took some photos. One of the monkey handlers said the temple has tried different methods to curb the stealing, from different feeding schedules to different food. But the robbing behavior continues.
Yoink.
And some monkeys are known to steal just for fun. A team at the University of Lethbridge in Canada spent years filming the macaques and analyzing hundreds of hours of footage. They found that some monkeys can distinguish between objects people highly value, like glasses, and those we don't, like hair clips, and barter accordingly. In other words, the monkeys have unprecedented economic decision-making processes, according to their academic paper. Now that is some serious monkey business.
Oh, nice closing line. Well done. Okay, dad saves kid on trestles. This went pretty viral. Y'all might have seen this on your own organically.
Hershey Park hero speaking out about his viral, adrenaline-fueled rescue of a lost
a father
little
of 3 climbed onto a Hershey Park monorail to rescue a kid is speaking out about the terrifying
boy
moment.
on the park monorail.
Go that way!
Everybody's like, oh my God, there's a kid up there. There's a kid up there.
Park officials say the little boy entered a section of the monorail, which was not in operation, through a secure area that was chained and barricaded. Horrified bystanders watched
I wonder
him
how
walk
wide that monorail is, because he's walking like he's got the balance of Simone Biles.
Monorail from below on Saturday evening.
Stop! Keep going! No, keep going!
Yeah, he's like, no, I'm going to jump from here. This looks good, guys. No!
Father of 3 on vacation at the park was watching his family's belongings when it all went down.
This kid is walking on the monorail, and obviously panic kind of sits in a little bit. When you have that...
Dude, you were almost there. Keep going.
Kind of dad instinct. It doesn't matter if it's your kid or not. It's a child. That you want to make sure they're as safe as possible.
Springing into action, John, who is a veterinarian, ran to the roof of a concession stand, hoping it could get him close to the monorail and the little boy.
There was a fence that I jumped on, and then I was able to jump on the roof from there, and then it was a straight shot up.
John never looking back despite his fear of heights.
It didn't bother me up there because it was just concentrating on one thing, and I didn't hesitate on any of it.
The frightened little boy was in John's arms in just a few seconds as the crowd cheered from below.
So when I finally got him in my arms, honestly, there was no words. I was just mumbling, I'm so happy, I got you, you're okay.
Are we going to hear from his guardian?
And then it was okay, now how do I get down from here? And luckily, another gentleman was waiting there for me, and he helped me out.
The boy was whisked away by staff, and as John descended from the roof, his wife spots him on top of the building.
I heard this, John!
Yeah, you knew that was coming.
And I'm
what are you doing up there?
And that's when
I'm saving a kid.
I was able to think again and hear everything, and I looked down, I'm like, oh my goodness, okay, yeah. I'm like, I just waved to her, I'm just nonchalantly.
It's been a whirlwind of attention for John since Saturday night, with one special phone call from the parents of the little boy he saved.
They contacted me, and then we had a nice conversation. And
were they not there to thank you in person?
Obviously, super, super happy to hear that he's back with his parents. And then I got a nice thank you as well from the son, so that was nice.
Look at me, I'm the captain now in monkey voice.
And John has seen the video and cannot believe that was him who climbed onto the rail. Fear of heights still there, but he now knows he can overcome it when it really matters.
Sick. Okay. This next one was kind of a cool little video I saw. It's the last, like, okay, you know cassettes? Z, you might not know them, but one of the last remaining manufacturers of new music on audio cassette tapes. You know, recently we showed one of the last working Gutenberg presses. This is obviously, those two machines are separated by about like 300 years. I like the Chucky from Rugrats sticker. That goes hard. I like how it does still new music. Yo, Habitska! What up, Habit? Thank you for the raid. We're doing a little news day right now. Let me see that hog. What up, man? I know it's late over there for you, my guy. How was the Call of Duty in? Thank you so much for the raid. We're doing a little news day. It's that thing I do every Tuesday where we're showing wholesome. Like, we just showed a video of a dad saving some other person's son from like a monorail. What were you playing? Resurgence? This is one of the last manufacturers of audio cassette tapes, so it makes new music on old school cassettes. You like it? Okay, and while we're on the topic of music, so this is one of the last cassette tapes. And again, we showed the Gutenberg press a couple weeks ago. I like showing last remaining old machines. So while we're on the topic of music, we have jungle and bass music in games. How did jungle, drum, and bass end up in so many games?
Drum and bass end up in so many 90s and 2000s video games. This story can be told through the evolution of technology and right place, right time.
Yo, thank you again for the raid, man.
Let's start with the music making technology. In 1985, the Commodore Amiga released and immediately became a major favorite in the burgeoning electronic music scene. Although it was a commercial failure at the time, it had something that musicians needed. It had a special chip that was capable of
40 years of Paula, the Amiga sound chirp. Feel your legs all over my ears. Yo, thank you so much for the bits, Microdose, my guy. I'm thinking back a couple
8-bit PCM audio,
Yo, thank
reading
you for the
sound
bits.
data directly from memory without taxing the CPU. This doesn't sound a lot like today, but back then, revolutionary. Real nerds started to learn how to eventually exploit this, learning how to manipulate beats and chop samples, specifically break beats. I'll do another video eventually talking about the history of trackers and demo scene, but many UK producers had a different idea with this technology. By 1990, house and acid house had evolved into breakbeat.
House and acid house. I didn't even know acid house existed.
Hardcore in the UK. Drum and bass and jungle would develop as offshoots. Slowly, an alternative drum and bass scene was forming around the early 90s. Instead of raw jungle energy, amen breaks, workouts, raga shouts, artists like LTJ Bookham and Pache were pushing a more melancholic and atmospheric style, one influenced by jazz, soul, atmosphere, some of the stuff found in deep house.
It's the fifth of the day.
Bookham even found a good-looking record as
that,
a home for this deeper sound.
It seems like they're never going to get control of it.
Highly recommend going
the
through
hacking
this entire
problem,
discography. It's insane. Now back to Japan. Japanese video game composers were beginning to get extremely inspired by club culture around this time. They had already become familiar with American techno. Artists like Jeff Mills and Kevin Saunderson beginning to play
Jeff Mills, what did I say, at the Liquid
clubs
Room?
Like Liquid Room and Yellow. Legendary UK DJs, including Bookham himself, started touring Tokyo around the mid-90s. The Japanese electronic scene was starting to get exposed to drum and bass and jungle. But there was one problem. Most consoles around this time were still running on sound chips. But the introduction of the PlayStation 1 blew everything wide open. Finally, a console could handle CD quality audio and complex samples. And producers started writing their own, fast. Soichi Terada was a house music DJ and producer at the time. But after witnessing all this drum and bass, he wrote an EP called Sumo Jungle. The director of this new game called
Jungle,
Ape Escape
that's
at the time
fire.
heard
I
this
need that
and commissioned
genre.
him to
Hold
write.
on, we gotta watch this for a second. This is an hour long. We're not gonna watch the whole thing, obviously. Dude, peep this. Jeff Mills at the Liquid Room, Tokyo, 1995. Tokyo. I don't know, it's a little too bangy.
the soundtrack. The result was one of the most iconic Amen Break Heavy Jungle soundtracks ever made.
It's
There are
bangy
so many
bangy.
more examples of this. It's a perfect
It did say something about like acid house.
Back loop.
So
the UK sound helped inspire Japanese
perfect
game
use of the
music. And
bang
that gaming
emote.
music became a legendary part of this global electronic music story and caused a new resurgence in young people nostalgic for old video games, finally learning about drum and bass and jungle. Pretty cool.
Okay. This next one is a blood clot removal breakthrough. New tech to help remove blood clots potentially.
New tool for removing blood clots. It was invented partly by accident, and it works by wringing the red blood cells out of a clot and leaving a dense bundle of fibrous protein that can be easily removed. The scientists who designed it call it the millispinner, and they think it could be a safer and more effective way of surgically clearing dangerous blood clots from the lungs or brain. This is what the millispinner looks like in a pig kidney. It's a tiny device on the end of a long catheter that winds its way through the blood vessels until it reaches a blockage.
Oh, this just makes me think of like a worm in me.
Currently, a standard surgical method would be to use a
look at
catheter
it.
like this to simply suck up a clot. But when you've got a big clot and a small catheter, this often doesn't work. The team behind the millispinner started out trying to do the same thing. Use suction to physically pull out chunks of clot.
Just suck it.
But the spinning motion that they were experimenting with had another unexpected
Just vacuum
impact.
it out.
As well as suction, it also created shear forces. Imagine a loose ball of cotton wool. As you roll it in your hands, it gets smaller and more compact. Something similar happens in the clot. The red blood cells get squeezed out, leaving just a small, dense ball of fibrin. This is what the clot starts off looking like under a microscope, full of red blood cells. And here, afterwards,
It just
you can
makes
see
them
the protein.
stringy, dude. It just strings out the fibers. Gotta go. Need sleep. I'll see you next time. Thank you again for the raid, man. Enjoy your rest. We got about 20 more minutes of Newsday. We got a couple more stories. Dude, it just makes it all stringy, which I guess then makes it easier to like pass through and whatnot.
The team say this is a more effective way of getting rid of clots, particularly in cases like stroke.
Yes, sir. Thank you very
where
much.
A blood clot blocks a vessel in the brain, and where other methods could cause bits of clot to break off and end up somewhere else. So far, they've tested it in plastic tubes like these and in pig organs, but the hope is that this new technology will be undergoing human trials in the next few years.
Okay, last week, Newsday featured a story on Pudge. Pudge, which is a locker room cat. For Bowling Green's football team, they have a locker room cat named Pudge, and he kind of became a little famous last week, and we showed him on Newsday last Tuesday. Well, now he's got his own personal security team. Look at him, Pudge Security. They got a little carrying case, one of those like astronaut backpack things. Oh, just look how cute. Okay, that's not much of a follow-up, but a little picture. The Bowling Green, which again, I think it goes back to, for those that remember during March Madness, there was one small college that had their equipment manager eventually get like social media, 15 minutes of fame. Because he would walk out with the boombox, which the 49ers have been doing that for years. Anyways, this is one of those. It's like, hey, it's our little locker room cat. Helps us bring us together. Microdose, you're uber. Okay, this next one, Papua New Guinea music. And we're kind of getting close to the final stretch here. We got about 20-ish minutes left of Newsday. Oh, the final countdown. This is wicked. Also, repping the Rondo jersey. That's cool as hell. It looks like you also have to manage the thing too. Oh, no. What if that's actually changed? So, okay, first off, I thought maybe in the process of playing it, like, okay, regardless of how they slid, let's say they all made the same noise. They made the noise, the same noise. The same, like, note. Okay. I thought maybe they were hitting it a little too hard, and so in the process of playing it, you kind of got to reset it almost. Not to, I guess, like a drummer sometimes might have to catch their, like, cymbal and things and their hi-hats. But now I'm starting to think almost like going down the fretboard of a guitar that you slide it to change the note. They are doing that with flip-flops. Oh, he might have some Tims, kind of. But some of them are moving them and some are not moving them. So I don't know if it has to do with the notes so much as the one dude just hitting it way too hard. That's super dope. Okay, next one. Protect our clean earth, queen. If I get DMCA'd for that, that's gonna be funny. Muskegon girl spent summer picking up trash and she's fed up with litter bugs. You tell them, Zoe.
There are holes in my bags, as you can see, because of all the broken glass. Also, quick mention here, there were fireballs. There were bottles of Fireball near a school for special needs children.
This girl's got sass and I'm here for it. There is bottles of Fireball. Also, hell yeah, good time. But special needs?
Like, look, right here. A broken shot glass. Shot glass.
Is this
I shouldn't even know what
Muskegon? That's
this
in
stuff
Wisconsin,
is,
question mark?
Because I'm so exposed to it. Also, more glass right here. When we were meeting you, it glimmered in the sunlight.
Dude, let him know.
Dude, it shouldn't be morning glass. It should be morning dew. Not just this. I mean, come on.
Come on. Where's
Try to make our
Muskegon?
city trash-free entirely.
She's been picking up trash with her nana almost daily during summer vacation in the city of Muskegon. On top of plastic and paper trash, Tice often finds herself picking up discarded liquor bottles, shot glasses, cigarette butts, and vape materials. She recently spoke to the Muskegon City Commission about planning more community cleanups. You go, queen. Muskegon. That's got to be Michigan. Close. Okay, you go, queen. This next one is I just called it Crab Walks to Publix. And then afterwards, I thought about maybe having a Jameis Winston joke in there, but...
He's going to get a pub sub.
Yeah, dude! We love pub subs. We literally love pub subs. We had one tonight. Hold on. Boom. Pub subs. This is what I get from pub sub. I even got a command because I eat him on stream so often.
Publix. He's going to get a pub sub. He's going to get a pub sub today.
He's got like a mutated left side of his he's got a boxing glove. He's got one boxing glove on. No, that was Muskegon, not Muskegee. And it was in Michigan, but I do appreciate you looking it up. I think I would probably guess somewhere around Oklahoma with Muskegee.
He's hungry.
But that's like a nation. The Muskegee is a tribe of Native Americans. The city of Muskegon, which is obviously etymologically Native American as well.
We're like
Dude, he's got a boxing glove, basically. I love how he's going for a pub sub. I still have a little bit of mine left, actually, back there. I might eat. Okay, Crab Walks to Publix. This next one, Drunk Woman with Bird.
He's going to get a...
Not to be confused with a drunk woman who's a bird, like Dee Reynolds from It's Always Sunny.
Cause since I come on home, well, my body's been missed.
Pub subs are my favorite subs. It's genuinely one of, if not my favorite thing to eat out. Like, it takes me truly eating. I think only once or twice in my life I've gotten burnt out to the point where somebody goes, hey, I'm swinging by Publix. You want me to get you a pub sub? And I go, no thanks. Only twice in my life have I ever, no thanks. Of the like 50-ish times I would have been presented with a moment like that. because even if it's like my third time in 2 weeks, usually still pretty down for it.
And he's a beauty.
I have an order. It started actually when I was in Athens. So I went, me and, what up, Henneth? Welcome in. Is it a seagull? Hold on. Yes, it is. Me and Microdose both graduate. He's one of my best friends and old college roommates. When we were in Athens, there was a Publix near one of our cribs, and had it on lock. In fact, they actually changed the policy a little bit, because so nowadays if you go to a Publix, they have so boar's head is a type of meat mainly, right? But they also have like condiments, and one of their sauces, I'll pull it up, hold on, is called Pepper House, and it is so fire if you ever go. Pepper House Gourmet's Boar's Head. Okay, this is it. I told you, Ray, the ADHD is real, and I even talk about combating it and still comes up. Okay, so this, if you get a chance, buy it. If you can do with a little bit of heat, it's not that hot. It's just got a little bit. Okay, super fire. So back in like 2012, 2013, 2014, if you would go up to the deli to order your pub sub, back then they really weren't supposed to go and open. So these are sold on the shelves. You'll often find them near the deli because obviously, product marketing and stuff. But they're usually on the shelf. They're a sealed product, okay? And I don't know, for whatever reason, the Publix there they let us or whatever, they let people use the sauces. They would basically go open one at a time and just keep it with their ranches and whatnot. And it was so fire. To the point where when I graduated and I moved back home, I went to the Publix in my hometown for the first time, and they were like, yeah, we don't do that. You got to buy that bottle. And then I was just like, yeah, okay. I hate this, but okay. And then within like 8 months, I guess enough people it started to permeate to where now they'll just do it. Most Publixes keep that in stock, or like in the back with their other condiments or whatever. But this shit is my jam. It is so good. It's so good, especially mixed with ranch. And I'm a big ranch whore. A whore for some ranch. Okay, I think this is a seagull, my friend. Sorry, welcome in, Henneth. I know you at Publix. I gotta go. Have a great day, Creed and chat. Later, Z, dude. Have a good rest of your evening if I don't see you again. So if you name drop Publix, then you must be on the East Coast. Indeed. Southeast in particular. Boar's Head is the best. It really is. It's worth the extra couple dollars to get it. I've only been to Publix twice in Northport. Nah, we gotta fix that. Oh my god, we are actually brothers. I love heat, so I'm in. It's good.
He actually wants to stop my room and everything, but I've got actually nowhere for him.
Fave Pub Sub. Agreed. You get the Boar's Head Ultimate. And another thing that they'll do, because they're at a deli, if you ask them, they will go and get some of the fancier cheeses. They'll have all their pre-sliced cheeses. Your provolone, your American, your Swiss, right? Maybe your Colby Jack. But if you want the brie or whatever, right? You can ask them to go cut it, and they're supposed to do it. So I get Chipotle Gouda. Juice me up, poppy. I mean, dude, Chipotle Gouda by itself, bathe it. Bury me in a Gucci store, a Gouda store. I mean, this woman's singing, though, by the way. Northumberland. What a absolutely English city, if I've ever heard one. Northumberland.
Wants to stop my room and everything.
We were once part of Umberland, and then of course we had the great Umberland Schism of 1268 that everyone knows about, and we do not associate with those. What did PB call them earlier? Wolves? We don't associate with those wolves from North or Southumberland. I tell you what. Will they have it at the Publix in Northport? Yes, I would. Yeah, I would agree. If not, I'm gonna mail them. I'm gonna go to my Publix and tell them to just send that Pepper House to every Publix in and around wherever Northport, Florida is. I'm gonna be like, y'all, you got it. Here's $100. I'm buying 2 bottles. You figure out the logistics. Okay, this next one, Robin Roberts visits mountain gorillas in Rwanda. That was a lot of R's, and if you know me, I used to go to speech class for my R's and W's. I had to learn how to say like Rolls Royce, which was huge because nowadays, since I talk about world football so much, I have to say right winger, and the winger ran down the right wing.
Journey in Rwanda, the effort to save endangered mountain gorillas, and what she witnessed just a few feet
The
away.
chicken tendy sub is good, especially if you're somebody who likes buffalo, like chicken, like buffalo chicken dip, or you get the chicken tendy and you can ask them to toss the tendy times and buffalo sauce. Ooh, yo, I have Publix tech for days. If you need Publix tech, come to your boy.
Volcanoes National Park, making my way through the dense brush and up steep ravines. On a once-in-a-lifetime trek to catch a glimpse of one of this area's most esteemed and beloved creatures, the endangered mountain gorilla.
I still think that, so we've talked a lot in this channel over this year, especially when this was the viral topic about humans versus one gorilla.
My trek guide, Prosper,
I just don't think enough people have it in them to bare knuckle brawl any animal. Like, we just have too much empathy. They're too cute. Even if they're like, I'm like, dude, I can't just pummel a
volcanoes
gorilla.
in the distance and rolling hillsides.
Dude, Ray, I got you. I've told this. I think I said this in my Discord. I think there's a command in my Discord that says something like, maybe even a command here, where I take it so seriously that if you want, you could call me on Discord while you're there. Assuming you have Discord on your phone. No one needs to know too much about your boy. You have Discord on your phone. You can call me on Discord, and I will talk to the Publix person. You can hand the Publix person your phone, and I will tell them. I will talk to them, so you don't even have to do the like awkward. Yeah, I'm supposed to be getting. Hold on. 5 grain bread. I hope you have that. I'm really sorry, ma'am. Banana pepper. That.
And we find what we were looking for.
What is oof DC? I don't know what that means.
That's the mother with
What's the cord?
Baby.
Exclamation point Discord.
No,
I think
they know why we are here.
Dude,
we are here to protect.
They're so majestic in their own way.
Being this close in their habitat, they're just right there. They're right there.
Oh, but then we get a surprise.
What's the name of my community? I've come up with Garden of Creedon. Thank you.
We have one behind us.
And we're the seedlings.
So let's see him coming.
We're here to spread our seed.
A
but we do
juvenile.
like, again, once a week I do a film class. I'll show
Coming
you.
to check us out.
Well, we're almost on it. I'll get into that if y'all are still here. We can look at that as I switch to Last of Us. I'm probably going to play Last of Us after Newsday here.
Prosper making a grunting sound to let him know we're not a threat. I'm stiff as a board.
Harambe? Is that different than Harambe?
It's okay.
Then another mother. This one
Look at it just dangling on its back.
9-month-old baby a piggyback ride.
She has the baby on her back. Baby on the back. Yeah.
You mean the Harambe, the gorilla that was at the Cincinnati Zoo? Justice for Harambe?
You see that?
Another catches on.
I know I'm growing up, but I still want to be on your back. And the mother is okay.
Trekking through the rainforest to these animals has sparked a tourism boom, and those tourists, largely American, help finance gorilla conservation efforts.
Back in 1985, we had a little less than 250.
So one of the okay, welcome in. Okay, I guess if we had a couple prevailing themes here at Newsday, one of them is conservation. I'm sorry, call me woke, whatever, based. I mean, whether man-made climate change is real or not, I think it's, if you can be considerate to the space around you, it helps most people. I think that's generally agreed upon. And it's been super cool to see some of the different species that can get down to less than 250, less than 60. One of the species we watched was like 25, and now they're numbered in thousands. But because I like to be objective, it then makes you wonder, where is the threshold? When does their micro ecosystem become hampered by too many of them? We've also talked about one of my exes from UGA doing the wolf thing with the elks had become overpopulated in the Pacific Northwest, which led to overgrazing, which leads to soil erosion. And there is a panther research group that helped. They do big cats and stuff, but they tracked a pack of wolves that had previously hunted in like Oregon and Idaho and stuff. They were basically only hunting in British Columbia and Western Alberta. Edmonton, Alberta. Yeah, Western Alberta. Look at me with my Canada knowledge. And basically that's where they were living. That's their hunting grounds. So we as humans basically needed to like shoo them back into the Pacific Northwest so they could hunt the elk and prevent. Anyways, I love the micro balance of it all.
Then we moved to 2021. They became over 1,000.
Not to be weird. Thanks for the preface. So weird. Who would do such a thing? Not me. Couldn't it be me?
Paving roads.
So today you have a model where the communities and the gorillas will be able to coexist.
We follow the family deeper into the forest. High above us, his name is Marambo.
Hello, Marambo. Nice to meet you. It's almost like it's not real. That's the father. That's the one they were all coming up to see, and we followed. And it was worth it.
Remarkable effort.
Okay, so I have... So the planet Earth's dope, right? As you might know now, they've had tons of... what is the word I'm looking for? Spin-offs of Planet Earth, right? And one of my favorites... So what's cool about Planet Earth, for those that don't know, is like each episode focuses on a different biome. So you might have the tundra and, you know, forest, and it will show deciduous forest and temperate forest and rainforest, right? And so that was kind of the structure, was biome. Okay. Well, there, shortly after Planet Earth came out, one of my favorites, they did a spinoff where it focused on like major natural phenomenons. So, for example, the salmon, right? In the Pacific Ocean, salmon live their lives, and then when they go to die, literally their like life goal is to make it up the creeks that we all can visualize when you think of salmon swimming upstream and then the bears trying to yoink them. Their goal, like their life is a success if they can make it up the river. They get to their breeding grounds, which are usually these like ponds and shallow creeks and stuff. They lay their eggs and then they die, so their body becomes nutrients for their kids and yada yada. And then they swim downstream, live in the Pacific Ocean, circle of life. So that would be one of the things that one episode would focus on, just the Pacific salmon migration. Another one was about in the Serengeti, in and around the Serengeti, how it can flood. So it's like desert for a part of it. It's like a savanna for a while. It's a desert for a while. And then it's like wetlands where the water can be so deep and the grass so high. From aerial shots, you can see where like hippos and crocodiles and stuff have created paths in the waterways, which I think is super fascinating.
Thanks to Robin.
Okay, so that was super cool. We're on the final stretch. We have like 6 more news days on this glorious September 9th. Now, for a lot of y'all who's been around will know that we're playing catch up because my computer died back in December. So once we get caught up, Newsday, I want it to be around an hour to an hour and a half, not 2 hours long. But we're getting caught up because I also, one of my favorite things about Newsday has been seeing us beat major news outlets, like with the Eagles, Sunny, Gizmo, what was the other one? Sunny, Gizmo, Shadow, and Jackie. We were doing that in November. ABC picked it up in January. Anyways, I love that. Okay, so this next one is called Imagine Ends Volleyball Dispute. Many of y'all might know, going back to some of the greatest songs of all time, John Lennon's. Hold on, sorry, let me get caught up. By the way, did you vote for Harambe? I still don't know what that means. Conservation is so important, not to be weird. I read that. Dude, your Discord server questionnaire is OP. In a good way? Or is it OD as in it's extra and I need to make it less boomer of me? I am 35, you know what I mean? I'm a boomer. Go hang out with the cheetahs so bad they're so cute. Like the cheetah girls. So tensions flared up in Paris 2024 beach volleyball final. Oh, she's like, I'm gonna stuff you. You better not bring that weak shit to my net. You better not bring that weak shit to my net. I'm built diffy. And then he plays John Legend's Imagine.
I saw both teams discussing about something, and also.
Oh, we know what they were discussing.
And
Tony.
I think it was the moment to play one of the most famous songs in the world, Imagine, of John Lennon. That the Imagine song is the song of the peace. It's a war symbol for the peace. So in that moment, We are talking about the
I got you.
Olympic spirit. I think it was the right song to play in that moment because of that.
Oh, they even applaud that. I love that. Canada and Brazil battling it out.
The public, the crowd starts singing the song.
Oh, that's so cool. I love that. God, I love sports. It gets me giddy. Okay, we're on the final couple. Hungry kangaroo bothers tourist.
It has to be seen to be believed. One woman has had a Snow White experience, opening her motel door to a
I need to start using this more. I have news in it, like I have this. Hold on, wait, y'all don't hear it, do y'all?
The animals. Posting on Threads, the woman captioned the video, "When you're staying in an Aussie country town and there's a knock
There it is. I just got to use it more. I forget.
Door. A knock turned out to be a kangaroo, 3 cockatoos.
Dude, kangaroo, I don't fuck with dude, they going back to boxing, you know, the crab looked like it had a mutated boxing glove hand, arm, claw thing.
And 2 magpies.
Going to get some Pineapple Express.
We have a whole zoo at our front door right now, including
We have
this
a whole
guy
zoo.
who
You're living in
wants
Australia,
my
ma'am.
biscuit, and I don't know where I put my biscuit.
The biscuit
That's
was
funny.
eventually handed over to the kangaroo, much to the annoyance of the magpies, before she closes the door on
Really?
the
That's
mini.
super cool. Why, are they hosting it after America in 2008? Do they have the 2032?
Petting zoo.
I think they do, don't they? Sydney's already had it. Melbourne's already had it. Is this one going to Perth or Brisbane, maybe? Okay. Cincinnati Vault finally opened. Dun, dun, dun.
Got to finally see what was inside the old walk-in safe found in his business last week.
Okay. Did we expect this? Holy smokes.
Oh wow.
There's actually
stuff in
here. When we opened the second 2 doors, we found lots and lots of paperwork and history. I don't know if it's 1876 to 1891. Return checks.
Whether it was a lockbox or an old book, every item painted a picture of the history of the building.
Found a lot of records from sales and found history on the company that was in here, the Levine brothers.
While no gold bars or jewels have been found inside the safe just yet, Cook says he is pleased with the discovery.
You see what things cost back then, the value of the building, the value of the company that was in here. It's very intriguing.
Oh shit, I'm on mute. Damn it. I was just reading good comms, thank you. I was just reading the little text. It was saying how they moved into the building in 1974 and they were moving some stuff around, and that's where they found the first set of little hidden doors, and then they found the second set, which is where they found the vault behind. This one is called Bigfoot Calling Contest, obviously. Marion, North Carolina. That would be the last place I would think would have a Bigfoot calling contest. Yo, this bubble. The bubble's getting gift. I mean, this is pretty good. Look at him get psyched for it, bro. He's got a scorpion tattoo, of course. That's, dude, look at the guy in the background, the old guy. Not the dude in the orange shirt with the crazy bowl cut or what, I don't know what that is he's rocking, but dude, the old guy is like, that's good. I've taken part of my fair share of Bigfoot calling contests, and I tell you what, that's a damn good call, buddy. Look at the dude with the old guy. Look at even the smirk. He knows he's like, oh, this dude's about it. The little hat. Put that on your Tinder profile is so true. Screamo content. I do think he gets a little like spitty into the mic. Look at the guy, old guy. That's a good call. That's a good call, buddy. Sign him up for the August burn. I gotta do, all right, last time. I mean, they're immediately tuned in. The Look at that old guy. I love it. They were skeptical and they became believers real quick. Real quick. Oh, that's so good. Okay, Turkish temple, 6,000 years older than Stonehenge.
Is the oldest temple unearthed anywhere on this planet.
In Turkey.
It was built 11,500 years ago by hunter-gatherers.
Literally, like that. Maybe that's what he's been waiting for. Is the right call, the real right call.
That's 6,000 years earlier than Stonehenge, and yet somehow our ancestors were capable of making this. This is Göbekli Tepe.
Ooh, yo, hey, Henna, thank you for the bits. B, while I do Newsday, I normally have my alerts turned off, mainly for copyright stuff and for distraction sakes, but mainly for copyright stuff since I enable audio in my in VODs. But I will, A, thank you, genuinely, and B, I can rerun it. Okay, or it's playing through that, so never mind, ignore me. But I was gonna say I can replay it when we're done. No, I got you. You paid money for it. It deserves to get played. It just, I can go and run it for free. You don't have to spend any more money to do it.
There are these incredible T-shaped pillars which would have been holding up a huge roof.
It was like
and
a what?
If
Like
you
a
look at them,
auditorium, maybe? What are they called? Amphitheater?
In these engravings. So this is a fox.
I appreciate
there's
it.
There's vultures here. There's bear. There's wild boar. And here, this one just has to be my favorite.
A hippo?
It's a leopard hunting one of those wild boars. So notice these holes here. This was dressed with furs, and they were also painted. So you get the impression of this place as being beautifully colored and textured. And yet,
you just watched a doc on this?
This incredible feat of architecture is not the most revolutionary thing about this place.
Go on.
Göbekli Tepe is not simply a temple. It is a marker of a species.
Like in 2001: A Space Odyssey?
In many ways, these prehistoric builders lived as their ancestors had for thousands of years. Their days spent foraging and hunting to feed their families.
I'm invested.
But they'd made one fundamental change. After generations spent as nomads,
they were ready to settle down.
Here at Göbekli Tepe, they stopped moving.
Oh, so it's even cooler than like the 2001: A Space Odyssey monolith is pretty cool conceptually. But it was like a mark of a civilization going from hunting gathering to actually like sedentary. That's cool. That is super dope. Okay, we have 2 more stories left. 3 more videos. Oh, technically we have 3 more stories. I forgot about the YouTube one. Okay, this next one, Elite Japan Gardeners. No. What do you mean? It just worked. Oh, here we go. Hold on. I'm going to have to do it this way. Pivot. We're pivoting. Pivoting. Oh, hold on. You can't hear it. Wait.
Gardener faces a... The gardener faces a constant battle against time.
Honestly, we don't want to be filmed. We want to work in the shadows. Go behind the scenes with gardeners of the highly acclaimed Japanese garden at the Adachi Museum of Art in Yasugi. Nearly 500,000 people come to this special town and this prefecture each year for this one attraction. Visitors view the museum's stunning garden through panoramic windows as though it were framed like a painting in the museum's collection. Follow the gardeners here for 1 year, as well as the imperial gardeners at Katsura Imperial Villa in Kyoto, who have tended its gardens for 400 years, passing down court gardening techniques from master to apprentice.
Their work requires an unimaginable attention to detail.
This music slaps. Rain, sleet, or snow, baby.
This is their work. The Japanese garden at the Adachi Museum of Art. It's one of the most acclaimed gardens in the country, topping the rankings of a specialized
I mean, that looks pristine.
magazine every year.
Okay, that's pretty cool. Okay. We're gonna switch this one since we're already on full screen. Hold on, give me 1 second.
Wix.
Ignore that.
When I heard about the bubble, I was just amazed. I just never heard of anything like this.
Second, hide this, full screen, boom, Leia out of the way.
If you drive a boat, nobody cares. Bubble, nobody did before.
Like a hamster inside a wheel, the world-class athlete planned to walk on water more than...
What did I miss? It's wilder than that film. Sorry, I came back late. No worries, Leafy, you're good. Love the stats. Thank you.
1,000 miles from Miami to Bermuda.
No one person is going to overcome the ocean. There was only going to be a bad outcome. This is by far the most bizarre case that I was involved
Jake
with.
Gyllenhaal and
So
Bubble
there's no
Boy.
motors. He runs in that thing and powers it from
here to Bermuda.
With the Bermuda
They're like,
Triangle
yeah,
and all
bullshit,
these vessels
okay.
disappearing over the years. They thought it was a suicide mission.
I really didn't know if he was going to come home alive or not. They were saying how it cost taxpayer money and the crazy Florida man. I mean, we can't help what people think.
Sir, we know how this is going to end.
You follow
Sir,
your
you
dream.
do the
Dream
Coast
coming
Guard
up.
coming up to him. Sir, you know how this is gonna end, right? Well,
You must follow your dream.
oh no, that graphic of Florida. Whoa, need that. Do I still have?
You must follow your dream.
Hold on. Yes, I have it. If you're looking, chat, look respectfully. If you're looking, chat, look respectfully. Yo, who knows about this from the 90s? It's a big world map, okay? I think I've shown this on stream before. It's an atlas, and it's really cool because it's just like pictures and stuff. And like, so like you have in Egypt, there's a picture of there's like a painting thing of the Sphinx, yeah? Okay. Yep. You got waterfalls in there, boom. And then when you get to like closer up, they even have like pictograms of like, let's say a place is known for oil. There'll be like oil, what are they called? Reservoirs or platforms, whatever. If a place is known for a certain like rock, it'll show that. Anyways, I love these things. I've had mine. This is from the 90s. 1994. Okay. And this reminds me of that. I love that. The peninsula needs a pair of jean shorts. That is so true. God, that's so true. Look at, well, hold on. Let's look at what it's depicting a bit here. Cops, lighthouse. Well, this is, I'm guessing, supposed to be the lighthouse that's actually down near Key West, maybe, but that's way down here. Anyways, trailer parks. Nice. Cops, outdoor or above ground kiddie swimming pool thing with a duck in it. There's an old man shaking his walker. That's pretty accurate. Hurricanes, that's pretty good. Crocodiles eating a flamingo. I don't know about all that. And then the hurricane, yep, and the swamp. Boca Raton.
My name is Ray Balucci. I live in Boca Raton in Florida. I am inventor. I am an athlete. They say me Captain Bubble. They say Bubble Boy too. I say
Yeah,
I'm going
Bubble
to
Boy,
Bermuda.
Jake Gyllenhaal, that's what I
Inside
said.
Bubble, they're laughing.
My storage bag for water, drink, eating.
This thing nobody did. People say, oh, you go Bermuda, every boat go lost, airplane go lost, everything go lost. I say, I want to see what's going on.
I tried to talk him out of it for quite a while because obviously it's extremely dangerous. I really didn't know if he was going to come home alive or not.
One of our sectors, Sector Miami, got a call from a concerned boater that there was a man in a bubble that was lost and was asking for directions to Bermuda. It became really obvious really fast that he wasn't a sailor, didn't know the ocean, was unequipped to do what he was attempting to do.
I say, why they come close to me? I think you pirate. I say, pirate with bubble. Then come and say, come out. I say, no, I don't want coming out.
We wound up staying with him in the bubble for at least a full day as we tried to hash through what our authorities were. At that point, we let the patrol boat depart the
Dude,
scene.
let the
And
man
then
bubble
a day or
himself
two
to
later,
Bermuda.
the cold front
If it
knocked
does
the
it to
bubble
death,
on his
then that's
side,
on him.
so he set off what's called a spot device. He was in need of assistance, and we went out and rescued him.
Now, that's a
Captain
you.
of the
Stay
Port of
close.
Miami
Don't deter.
gave
Don't
him
stop him.
Basically, a cease and desist order that you're not to get underway in your bubble. If you do, you'll be in violation of Coast Guard regulations. And that seemed to stop him for a while until he was discovered playing a voyage.
Make a better
rebuilt the
bubble.
bubble, and
Live
no
head.
amount of reasoning or common sense was going to change his mind.
So I don't have a key open my storage. I almost cut them. A lot of stuff for my trip is here. Inside air, keep it floating. No more basketball. Yeah, shark bite my ball. It's strong flashlight. This thing I holding, you catch fish, hit his head, and then get coma. This
I'm
thing
gonna bonk
is
that fish. That's how I do it.
and my energy bar, I make it. This thing is my food. Good. My mind is all the time great idea. I design a lot of stuff. In Iran, I work in mechanic shop. I like fix everything. You know, this America is good. You can chase your dream.
This is one of the first prototypes, eh? Yeah.
Hey, if you conceal carry and you want to do so comfortably, you're probably going to be interested in
Okay,
this.
I don't.
brand
This is like a
new
10-minute
Nimbus
long
Gray
video. We're not
Range
gonna watch
Rover.
the whole thing. I'm gonna skip ahead a little
go
bit.
on-
He makes a better bubble.
Of country Iran for on Ramadan, very young age, to run to school.
Oh, that's where his like
Reza's been
resilience
running
comes from.
Since he was about 7 years old. He grew up in northern Iran on a rice farm. He was required at a very young age to run to school, run back. It was a very rough life there. And he struggled with following the traditional law of Iran. So on Ramadan, he got caught eating and he was publicly beaten. He had to leave. He was running from abuse. Iran.
And wherever the hurricane takes me, I'll go.
It was difficult, you know, letting go and just.
In the ocean, and you're just not going to win. Temperatures inside the bubble could get up to 120
That
degrees.
hairline.
Running in a bubble, sleeping at night, he's going to wind up getting pushed off towards England or in one of the eddies that swirl around in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean forever. You've got a better chance of winning the Powerball lottery than you do of starting in Florida and trying to run to Bermuda.
And keep in mind, this is just to Bermuda. This isn't even across the Atlantic Ocean to say Europe or Africa. This is just to Bermuda. Bermuda's pretty far off the coast. I think people forget that. They think of, you know, Key West and then the Bahamas and Cuba, which are all relatively close to mainland continental United States. But Bermuda's it's like a third of the way, I would say, out in the ocean. But
to it
it's
is
not
the
even
hamster wheel of doom.
half the way to the landing. And it's already, they're like already that worried, you know?
5 days after Reza set sail, I don't hear from him and I had no communication. I thought the bubble and him were gone. I thought he was in the bottom of the ocean and that's it.
I was watching the line
We out in
move up
Boca
on
Raton.
the GPS tracker, and then all of a sudden I saw it turn to the right, and I knew something was up.
The final time we were called in by a concerned mariner, the patrol boat came up to the bubble.
I'm very
Dude,
great.
imagine being a shipman and you have no idea somebody's doing this, and you're just, maybe you're on a long cruise or at the end of a long journey, and you, hey, Roger, let me get the binoculars. Do you see that over there? Coordinate 19B, 19.7. Is that a dude in a bubble? What the hell? We've been at sea too long. That too. That too. That would be wicked.
The U.S. Coast Guard is manifestly unsafe. Make me crazy. I've been 5 years, like, do this thing there, stop me. Every time they save my life. I don't know need it. Save my life. I don't know need it.
We tried to have a conversation with him, tried to get him to embark the boat.
I have a 5-6 light. I have a 2 life jacket. I have a 2 GPS. I have a laptop watch movie.
Based on the captain of the port order
This is unsafe for you.
and his physical condition, we determined it was unsafe for him to continue.
Sir, we know how this is going to end.
So we removed him from the bubble.
Dude, I imagine one of the things that's really hard about this in a bubble like that is you're just getting baked. You are getting baked by the sun for the majority of the day.
And sank the bubble as a hazard of navigation.
Sank the bubble as a hazard to navigation. Boo!
They shot, they sink my bubble.
He goes
No
back
more
for a
bubble
third
there.
time. He's got to
They
make a
just
better
shot it
one.
down into the ocean, and he had all his backpacks,
Oh, that's
supplies,
messed up.
GPS tracker, a lot of the things that he had been working on.
That was like over $120,000 of his life that he had put into that bubble. And it all just got stolen in 30 minutes in the middle of the ocean.
The Coast Guard response cost the taxpayers approximately $144,000. The fact that he was putting himself at risk, the
$250,000
to respond to his attempt, just shows very poor judgment.
Him being from Iran and not knowing really what
This
he
makes me
went
want to play
through,
the game
and,
The
you know,
Raft
that he was
again.
imprisoned and he was tortured in jail. And him being that free thinker is what put him in jail. And,
All
you know,
right.
thank God for us.
Wicked story.
We've heard of Reza, but I hope this is the last that we've heard of Reza.
No, he's going to go back. If I know my guy Reza, he's going to make a third bubble bigger and better than any you guys ever seen. And he's coming for you. Okay, so in the true last news day of this glorious Tuesday, we have another follow-up story. So first off, I'm going to briefly show you what I showed in a news day. Oh, of course it's private. Hold on. This is from a news day on, I want to say, July 29th. So this was about a month and a half ago. Okay, month and a half ago. I don't know if Ray's still there, but if she is, then I did a hockey one on this news day right before. Let me hide that. Oh, no. We don't know what I just, what? Wait, I didn't even know you can do that. I just dragged a game into this and it like made like that was interesting. I don't even know what happened there. Okay, so hockey, this is the old chat.
Burger King, whether you got paid or not.
Yeah, I knew.
That's a bit naive, bud. You got to know your worth here, but
somehow.
So this is current Creed, September 9th. That's old Creed from July 29th, a news day from July 29th, where I showed this story about Mikkel Baker working at this Burger King, right? So boom, that's gonna be on the YouTube at some point, so you can watch the full one there. I'm eventually gonna try to make like edited videos where I make like a nice edit where it's like some highlights from Newsday. But anyways, so this was July 29th. Hold on, July 29th. Mikkel Baker working at this Burger King. So we got a follow up to that, and this is the final countdown. Let's see how I went back to that.
Cheese. At this Burger King in Decula, Georgia, 18-year-old Mikkel Baker is known for his whopper of a work ethic.
Now, you might be like, this is the same video you just started to show us. starts the same way.
Shows up early, stays late, and looks at every ship like it's a privilege.
I like helping people and not expecting anything back from me. That's just me.
So you'd be working at Burger King whether you got paid or not?
Yeah. I knew like all the good I put out here was gonna come back to me somehow.
It's amazing how it worked out.
Yes, sir.
This is the story of came to be.
Michael, McKenna.
So 2 months after going viral. So again, this is why I want to get caught up on Newsday, so I'm even more on point. Now granted, so I showed the first Mikkel one on July 29th, and then this is from August 1st. So if I wasn't behind, I would have probably shown it. Anyways, 2 months after going viral for helping his coworkers, he's now on graduation night. He's now attending Gwinnett Technical College and working towards his dream of becoming a master auto mechanic.
As we first reported a couple months ago, it was graduation night. Michael left the ceremony and dropped by Burger King for a late meal. And that's when he noticed his colleagues were absolutely swamped with orders. At this point, most kids would have just been glad they had the night off and been on their way.
Okay, so this picks up basically where the other Newsday was, where him working there and whatnot. So that is Newsday for this Tuesday. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I thought we had some fantastic stories. I definitely loved the that WNBA baby race. Incredible. Again, unless she was a ringer, we'll pull that one up one more time. We're not going to watch the whole thing, but this one was awesome.
Hear America Strong, one step at a time. Tonight, hear the incredible moves on the WNBA basketball court, but this time we're not talking about the players. The big game in Las Vegas, the Aces against the Lynx, the sold-out crowd, and during halftime, some of the youngest fans right there on the court. Invited by the Aces for the 3rd annual Diaper Derby, they call it. All the dads with their babies lined up. Moms on the other side holding their babies' favorite toys to try to coax them to crawl across the court to get to them.
Okay, I love that. All right, I'm going to take a break. It looks like it's a good time to take a break. We're done with Newsday. It's been a while since I've taken one.